everybody. How are we doing tonight? Hope everyone had a good past few days. It's getting colder here, guys. It's getting a little bit colder. I actually finally took the window unit out of the window back there. You know, almost the end of November. No biggie. Here in Missouri, we have this awesome thing where in a few days it's going to be near 70 degrees again. So, we'll just turn the ceiling fan on and we'll deal with it, I suppose. I see we got a raid from the Common Censored crew, the Info Infantry. Thank you guys so much for the raid. Lord Sterling, much appreciated. Welcome to the Dozer Den. Glad you guys are joining me this evening. Hope to have a decent show for you tonight. Good Lord, guys. Good Lord. The news. The news is it's doing things. It is doing things. It's a news thing. I wish it would do a little bit less, to be honest with you. Just to be honest with you. Just a little bit less newsy, a little bit less dramatic. That would be acceptable. That would be acceptable for me. But hey, the good thing about it is it gives me plenty of things to talk about with you guys. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and give it a good thumping. Smash the like button. Tap it. Caress it. Whisper sweet nothings into its ear and caress it, and then do a big, deep inhale. And that is what Joe Biden does. We are not going to be like creepy Uncle Joe. Don't you do it. And if you have to hit the like button more than once, well, I understand. I do. We get excited, guys. It happens. But just make sure if you hit it more than once, make sure you hit it at least thrice. Because if you hit it twice, well, nobody wants that. Gets rid of your like, and you got to make sure you show your support for the Dozer Den. Speaking of, somebody, I think it was CW, last stream, asked about Discord. If you look in the comments section, I have included an invite to my Discord, and I went ahead and changed it to the name of it is the Dozer Den with Billdozer74. Might change the name of the channel to that. Who knows? What's up, Sterling? Excellent. And I turned up the gain on my mic, so maybe that'll help with the quality a little bit. It was on 2 little dots on my lovely little Elgato Wave 3. It was on 2 dots. I turned it up to 3. Maybe that makes it better. Let me see. Maybe. As above, so below. What's up, Easter Sunday? Good to see you. Mr. Scott Awesome. Hello, fellow feds. What's up, Salt Dumpster? Oh, my goodness. But yeah, I think, good Lord. You don't see the Discord link. It's not in the comments. Son of a biscuit. Let me see. It should be. I think it's the third. It's under Salty Saiyans in the comments section. It's a Discord invite. Not in the live chat, but I could put it in there real quick if you want. Oh gosh. We'll do that real quick, guys. Real quick. Behind the curtain you go. I had a Discord channel. I did. I just didn't do anything with it. And I actually put a little bit of work into it. So there's a whole bunch of different channels, and if you want anything added, there's general, there's news, there's politics, there's cooking, fitness, outdoors, I think. And yeah, I can add to it as we go, I suppose. I know I'm starting to act like a normal 30-something-year-old instead of a boomer 30-something-year-old, which, I struggle not to be a boomer 30-something-year-old. I do. It's my own fault. What's up, Trish1, our lovely mod in the chat? Good evening, folks. Glad to see you all. Thanks for stopping by. Looks as if Billdozer has some good topics for us to talk about tonight. Don't forget to hit that like button. Feel free to follow and share. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Trish. Oh my God, Mr. Scott Awesome. Fed me harder, Daddy Government. Well, if that's what you want, I'm sure there are plenty of places in DC where you can get up to some very, very nefarious deeds with very straight very straight congressman, like sassy pants Lindsey Graham. He's gonna get you. He's gonna find all those minerals for you. Mm-hmm. No, you're good. You're good. Discord link is in the comments. And if you want to support me, excuse me, if you want to support the Dozer Den directly, my Venmo link and Cash App link are there pinned at the top of the comments section. We also have Rumble Rants. If you want to subscribe to Bill Dozer 74 to support the Dozer Den, it's $5 a month, guys, to show your support for a small creator like myself and for getting information and entertainment out to the masses. That's the goal of this channel. I stream Mondays and Thursdays at 9:30 p.m. Central with the simple, elegant goal of informing and entertaining. If I can provide a little bit of knowledge to you in a somewhat entertaining package, well, I feel like I might have done something right in this world. That's the goal. That's the goal. I do it for you, the people. Good Lord. Yanni Fangs, what is up? And thank you to all those who do currently subscribe. Cannot tell you how much I appreciate my subscribers. We've got Faulkner, 951, I think, CW, Yanni Fangs, a few others. I'm blanking. Salt Dumpster. Don't want to forget anybody. If I do, please don't take offense. Please don't take offense. But thank you to all who choose to donate to the Dozer Den. Nobody ever has to financially contribute, but anytime you do, believe me, it is sincerely appreciated. And I hope to continue to earn your viewership. Guys, we're doing pretty well here. We're doing pretty well. Getting decent views on Rumble, decent views on X. By the way, I got to check my X peeps. Can't forget about my people over on one of the other free speech platforms. So Yanni Fang says, good evening, friends. 'Tis the best time of day to get even with all your ings. That's right. That's right. Very true, Yanni Fangs. Astute observation, sir. Astute observation. Easter Sunday, I like what you're laying down there. I like what you're laying down. Jesus, you got to put this chat into a full Nelson to make it cry for its mama. Oh no, oh no. I don't know if we want to get that violent. Only if you ask me nicely. But yeah, guys, after my first meeting tomorrow, I will be heading back out into the deer woods. And while we ended our last stream with a lovely palate cleanser of a man saving a deer from certain death drowning in a stream, well, my goal is to be the deer slayer this weekend. And of course, we're going to use the meat. I don't do it just for trophy hunting. I need ground meat in the freezer, damn it. We're running a little bit low, And while I do have plenty of family members that are far better hunters than I, that have been hunting all throughout bow seasons, so they've already got full freezers, I would still like to contribute a little bit of my own to that. So we'll be fighting off the organisms growing in the trailer because the roof has been leaking somewhat fierce. And there's some blue and gray things growing on the ceiling. And I figure as long as we leave it alone, it'll probably leave us alone. That's what I hope anyways. There you go. Appreciate that, Lord Sterling. I will do my best. And you know what? If I don't get any deer, I'm probably going to do some more fishing. So hopefully I catch some more bass. CW. Do it. Give Bill your $5. Guys, it's just like a couple sodas a month. I'm just saying. Thanks, guys. I appreciate the support. Sincerely. Bag them and tag them. Feed your babies. That's right. You know what? Well, if you don't tell them that it's deer, they don't know any different. Put it in the chili. Put it in the tacos. Make yourself some deer burgers. Dang good stuff. Now, I ain't saying that we don't mix some beef with it. Give a little bit more juice to it, But straight deer meat, it's a little bit dry. It's like whenever you make deer sausage, you got to put a little bit of pork in there. You got to. Adds to the texture. I got a bunch of deer sausage. We made up, I think we had, gosh, was it 300 or 400 pounds of deer meat that we ended up doing all up in sausage a couple years ago. And I was a little bit perturbed by that. I'm not going to lie, because I wanted some ground and I didn't know that we were just doing sausage. Like, my kids are a little bit pickier than I am, so they might not have liked the sausage that much. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I spent so many hours in the damn stand last weekend. I'm probably going to do more moving around. Honestly, Easter Sunday, I see that 150 yard range with a decent scope. It's more about sneaking up on them. One thing I am kind of mad at myself about, I didn't get out to my brother's to make sure that my gun was still sighted in well, because it did do a little bit of a slide off of the rail, and not like off of the the stand, but it fell on the floor. And the floor of the stand, and it landed right on the damn scope. So it might be not be the most accurate right now. Hoping that I can run one up, honestly. And if it's close enough, I should be fine. Should be fine. Yeah, add a little bacon drippings to it. It's a good idea, Trish. It's a good idea. All right, going to check my people on X. I know I said I'd do it like 5 minutes ago. I squirreled, guys. I squirreled. It happens. It happens quite often. Joining over here. I see we already had 34 people checking us out over on X. Awesome. Thank you to those of you watching over on X. And if you watch on YouTube, thank you as well. I do have a YouTube channel. Bulldozer74 there. Got like 26 subscribers, and it is what it is. My home is Rumble and X. So Rumble first, X is a close second. It's a close second. It does well. It does well. What's up, Castro? Good to see ya. Very nice to see you. Sup, savages? Damn right. Sharing it out. Sharing it out. Gotta get more eyes on the dozer den. That's right. The audio sounding better this stream, guys, or is it about the same? Rest in peace, Peanut and Fred. Can't forget Fred. They killed him too. Poor little raccoon. Well, he probably wasn't little, but still, raccoons are pretty darn cute when they're tame. If they're not tame, well, they're pretty darn vicious, honestly. But that's okay. That's okay. Yep, my YouTube's Bulldozer74. Audio sounds pretty good. Good deal. Good deal. I know the last time I got a little bit closer and it sounded better, so I figured maybe if I turned my gain up a little bit, that might help, so that I didn't have to be right on the mic, Don't want to be like I'm trying to deep throat the mic. It's not that kind of show, guys. It's not that kind of show. We're not doing that here. No sirs and ma'ams. A lot going on, guys. There's a lot going on. I'm going to go ahead and just say this is actively World War III. We are in it. I know I've been saying it before that it's pretty much World War III. We just haven't called it that yet. That it's been a lukewarm World War III. Past week, I would go ahead and say, yeah, this is World War III. That's what it is. I think when the history books write about it, I think that's what they're going to call this. They're going to call this the start. They're going to blame Russia for doing the strikes they just did, when it's just been consistent provocation by the West. Russia's not the bad guys here. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. After all the reading that I've done on this, all the analysis that I've looked into, all the history of what's been going on, Russia's not the bad guy here. They're not. Now, do I think Russia's, should we deify them? Absolutely not. But I think it's reasonable to try to understand their perspective. Just saying. Just saying. If it was us in their shoes, we would be doing way worse. We would be doing way worse. We would have already wiped Ukraine off the map. So if anything, Russia's been showing restraint, because there's a lot of Russians there, and it's pretty close to them. But Russia laid a solid flex on them recently, guys. Russia laid a solid flex, and I've seen conflicting reports as to what exactly the weapon is, the weapons that they used recently, in response to Ukraine using U.S. and British arms in Kursk, so in Russian territory. Russia fired back using hypersonic missiles, the Orensk or something like that, Orenish. So I've heard hypersonic missiles, hypersonic experimental missiles, and ICBMs. Apparently they're not ICBMs, But if it's hypersonic and it can travel 3,000 miles, I mean, I don't know what exactly the classification standards are for ICBMs, but there it is. Bill Stradamus. I've been calling it for a while on the World War III stuff, y'all. It's been a soft war. Now it's a raging hard. Whew. And it's about to go places. No lube, guys. No lube. Diddy took all that. Diddy took all that lube. Can't have it. Can't have it. Poor Ukraine. I'm at the point where fuck Ukraine. That's where I'm at. Absolutely. I'm so done. Acting like what we've been doing is reasonable. Looking at all the nefarious things that go on as a result of our interaction in these countries, the destabilization that our country, the West in general, foments. A lot of kids end up getting hurt from it. So, but the Ukraine, fuck the Ukraine. Yanni Fangs, fuck the Ukraine. I am there. I don't give one good goddamn. Don't care. And it's great that Biden, the administration is doing everything it can to leave it a steaming the giant pile of dinosaur shit from the first Jurassic Park. That is what they are trying to leave for the Trump administration. So, lower your expectations a little bit. A lot of people are like, oh, Trump's got in. It's going to be great. Everything's going to be great. It's going to still suck for a minute. It's going to still suck. But it will get better. It will get better. Lord Sterling, they won't call it World War III if we can avoid war until January 20th. I think the media is going to do their dirty, dirty game. And I think it's going to officially be World War III when it gets into the public vernacular, when it starts getting talked about as World War III, when it gets talked about. Hey, what's up, Jester Talk? Good to see you. Haven't seen you in the chat before, or if I have, I forgot. Thanks for joining, guys. Don't forget to smash that like button. Follow the channel here. I think we had 451 the last I checked. We are creeping up on 500. Oh my god, 500, y'all. 500. It's going to be great. It's going to be a good time. I don't know what placeholder video I'm going to do for 500, but I'll figure it out. I will, because there'll have to be another one. There will. Test. You failed, Jester Talk. You failed. I'll give you a C. Yeah, you passed. But I think the media is probably going to be when they officially, they're going to wait for Trump to probably get in, and then they're going to blame it all on Trump. They're going to say he clearly can't handle things because he's a retarded Hitler, and just flailing about. That's what they're going to do. That's what I see. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I am definitely hoping that I'm wrong. I'm hoping that Russia acknowledges that this is a lame duck presidency that is trying to poison the pot. We cannot let a lame duck poison the pot. That's what they're trying to do right now. And I just hope people are paying attention. That's my concern, that they're not paying attention. You have normies that they're only going to see what Russia did because they're not going to show the Ukrainian strikes. They're not going to do that because it doesn't fit the narrative. This type of war, and I mean, as far as the information war goes, we've been in that for a good while. For a good while. Oh my god, I'm not even convinced Hitler was Hitler anymore. Oh no, Sterling. Oh no. How did you get what made you an extremist? How did you get radicalized? It was you, media. It was you. I learned it from watching you. Hitler is a bad dude. The thing that we have to remember, though, what immediately preceded Hitler's Germany? It was the Weimar Republic, wasn't it? All the debauchery, all the disgusting, just sinful, degradation of societal norms. Let everything fly. Let everything fly. They were doing horrible things, disturbing things. And the public had a pendulum swing moment. And I don't want to see a pendulum swing moment all the way back to the right. This is my right, but it looks like my left on the camera. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see a. My wife, Lady Dozer's been watching *Handmaid's Tale*. My God. it's she keeps telling me things about it, and I'm just like I'm trying to look at it. I look at it autistically. Like, well, wait, that just wouldn't make sense in a societal structure. There would be a check and a balance here, and a check there, and a check there, and she's just like, and I'm just like, but of course this is fiction. So she finally got around to it, though. She finally got around. Bill will let the cat out. Oh no, let your talk. Hmm. Trish, I hope. Of course, and if you say Trump would even dare talk to Putin, oh, he's a Putin puppet. Okay, not like Russia didn't do anything whenever Trump was in office. Trump's when the Trump administration was in full effect, we had a bit of a skirmish. We kind of knocked the hell out of a little bit of a Russian force that was trying to fuck around, and we made them find out. People don't hear about that. People don't remember that. I think we actively, slapped them down. That has happened. Of course, we condemn racism and bigotry here. Well, the type that was present in response to the Weimar Republic. That was no good. It was no good. Dumble Studio is messing the joke up. I'm confused. CW. But I kind of walk around in a semi-state of confusion at times. Not gonna lie. So it's okay. I'm familiar with this. I'll deal with it. Rumble Studio is messing the joke up. Oh no. That's the next thing we're going to talk about, Castro. Well, one of the next, kind of. We're going to talk about Gaetz specifically. Gaetz, of course, had to drop out, and the decoy dozer. We're creating it. I'm so confused. Rumble Studio is messing up. Rumble Studio is messing the joke up. We're creating it. Decoy dozer. I have no idea what's going on. But anyways, the next thing that we're going to end up talking about, we're going to talk about Gaetz dropping out. Turns out there's a replacement. This happened right before Sterling's stream. By the way, follow Come Censored. Streams Monday through Friday, 6:45 Eastern for about 3 hours or so. Always good topics over there. If you like what we do here, you're going to like what Sterling does over there. Much higher production value, though. I'm not going to lie. A little bit more professional. I am but an amateur. I ramble about things. I talk about stuff and things here, guys. Stuff and things, not stuff and things. Also, not that type of show. Nope, we're not doing that here. Are we doing that? Bobblehead Trump? No, we're not. We're not stuffing things. Except for patriotism, right up the keisters of the commies. Me. Bubble. I'm happy I brought that home from the office. I'm not going to lie. Bobblehead Trump. He was needed. My little desk buddy. When I'm struggling throughout the day at work, I caress his porcelain hair. It's good times. Just derailing my show. Well, thank you, CW. I appreciate you. Couldn't do it without you. Gaetz dropped. There were 4 senators that just weren't budging, apparently. And that put him 1 vote under, from what I understand. They probably could have pushed it a little bit harder. And, there were other avenues that Trump could have done: a recess appointment, a temporary AG, all kinds of different things. Gaetz went ahead and decided to go ahead and pull. Is what it is. It is what it is. A lot of people are coping. Acting as if this was the plan from the beginning. I don't think it was, guys. I think Trump wanted Gaetz in there, and I think Gaetz would have been a fantastic pick. I do. We need a disruptor. But the replacement might be okay, too. I have concerns. I do have some concerns about her. Pam Bondi, former Florida Attorney General. But we'll get into her later. She's a firebrand from the little bit that I've seen. She gets after it. some concerning things about some red flag laws, apparently, and also apparently she appointed the out of county prosecutor to go after George Zimmerman for the whole Trayvon Martin thing. So that's a bit troubling. Also, that was like 20 years ago. So people change. Just saying, just saying. Doesn't completely mean it's a wash, but um, people change. People have the option to change. That's what we have to be open to. But they have to show us that that can happen. We have some clips today. We have some clips. We have some stories to read through, which is what we will do. And see, we have 40 people that checked out the stream over there on X. Thank you guys so much for watching over there. Let me pin this to the top here. Bam. It is done. So speaking of Gaetz having to drop out, I don't know. Could it be a little bit of 4D chess? Possibly. I don't know. I'm not in Trump's head. Nobody is. Only Trump is in Trump's head. There might be some worse. Most of the picks have been good, but there might be some bad ones on the way. Nicole Shanahan doing a very, very posting a very cryptic message on X. We'll read through it a little bit later and kind of break it down and maybe muse about what it might mean. I'm thinking it might mean something about. I'm thinking Mike Rogers. I think that's who she's referencing when she's talking about the potential turds in the punch bowl. Mike Rogers is a piece of living filth. Republican representative from Michigan. How he's even close to being in discussions for FBI director is beyond me. If Trump puts someone like him in, he's asking to be stabbed in the back. That's the type of person Mike Rogers is. And this isn't years ago stuff. This is just like recent, okay, years ago, couple years ago. I don't consider that a long time. 8-10 years. All right. That's a little bit of a length of time there. But Rogers has said some truly shitty things. He has a truly authoritarian approach to justice, approach to censoring those who would dare spread the truth, like Snowden or Assange. And we do not need somebody like that in a position like director of the FBI. I saw somebody posit that possibly Kash Patel would be the deputy director of the FBI with Mike Rogers at the top. Fuck that. Put Kash Patel in at the top of the FBI. Let that dude cook. If we let Kash Patel cook in a position like that, holy crap. Holy crap, guys. We could see some real positive change. He's got plans. He's got plans. I think he said he wanted to shut down the Hoover Building and then turn it into a museum of the deep state. That's just exceptional. That's what we need. That's what we need. Stuffing things. That's right. I have a way with words. Sterling. Just a little. Just a little. Yeah, CW, simple decisions may appear to be 4D, but it's common sense. That's right. How much bacon? I was doing some DoorDashing yesterday, picking up bacon. That bacon at Aldi, they got some thick cut bacon. I'm just saying. One of the orders from Aldi did not even tip, and I'm sorry, not sorry. You don't tip the people that are picking up your groceries? Fuck you. And it was somebody with a bunch of shoes in front of their room. And it was somebody named Abhijit something head. I don't fucking care. Don't be a cheap bitch. Just seriously. Seriously. What's up, Duck Fat? Good to see you. If somebody does the job well, I don't care how broke I am. If you do the job, I'm going to tip you. I never don't tip. Even if it's not a great tip, I try to tip. At least 15%. That's usually what I try for. Oh, we got ducks. Very nice. Yeah, there might be some bad picks though on the way, guys. We're not going to win them all. We're not going to win them all, but hopefully Trump doesn't let people start telling him who to put in there. Hopefully Trump doesn't start making some of the same foolish decisions and ignorant decisions that he did the first time. That's the goal, anyways. That's the goal. Hopefully we don't see it. I want to see some positive things. Damn it! I want to see shaking things up. Oh, the sky. My blood pressure thinking about possible World War III. Oh, but we're going to do some deep breathing tonight. We're going to do some deep breathing. You're going to take a big and deep breath in, count to 4, hold it, and then let it out. Count to 4 as you let it out. Empty your lungs completely, relaxing your muscles as you go. It's good stuff. If you don't take some time to breathe during the day, just telling you, good deep breathing in whatever way you want to do it is very helpful. Very helpful. So get a little shake, then bake. Is that what we're relaxing with, CW? Oh man. The last topic, guys. Bathroom drama on Capitol Hill. Apparently we got a trans person. It's a guy. Trans woman, Sarah Fields. I forgot where the person comes from. And Nancy Mace, seeing that there is a man dressed as a woman coming into Congress, decided to make a bit of a stink about it. As far as wanted it completely clear that men are supposed to go use the men's room if you choose not to use your private bathroom, which apparently all members of Congress have their own private freaking bathroom. So why does it even have to be an issue that the rule is, hey, if you got a dick, go to the men's room. If you don't, go to the women's. Here's the little secret about it, guys. If you pass well enough, no one's probably gonna freaking say shit. If they don't know you, they don't know what you know your history. If you pass, they're probably not even going to say anything because they're just going to assume you are what you look like. Most of them don't, though. Most of them don't. And I'm just saying, you let Sarah Fields go for a little bit, there's going to be a 5 o'clock shadow. The lectern guy, the guy who walked out of, got the picture of him holding the lectern, which he didn't steal that thing. He took it 20 feet and then he set the damn thing down. They still put him in jail for like 90 days or prison for 90 days, I think, or tried to. I think he ended up having to plea to get away from that. But yeah, got a little thing from him later. He's pretty funny. I saw him on We Are Change the other day, and tonight he was on with Elijah Schaffer on Slightly Offensive. I haven't watched Slightly Offensive as much as I used to, but gets a little bit obsessed with the Jews. I get it, but also calm down, man, calm down. But yeah, the bathroom drama on Capitol Hill caused a bunch of drama, caused a bunch of crazy trannies to come out and literally threaten Nancy Mace's life. We're gonna play one of them. We're gonna put these people on blast. We're going to show the world the clearly reasonable response. And if your goal is to be taken seriously and not viewed as a freaking psycho that is a threat to women, maybe don't make that whole ass video of you in your bed threatening a woman. Just saying. Is the next episode going to be only hunting related, no politics? It's possible. If I get a big old buck, it will be. Even if I don't, we'll see. We'll see. There is in the Discord, there is a hunting section, I think. Or at least on TV. There's a TV. I put a TV section with anime, sci-fi, outdoors. I need to put a sports one in there. I'm building it. I'm building the Discord. It's been years that I've had the Discord account, and I'm finally going to make it something. And if you want to, the invite link is there. If it works, let me know. If it doesn't, well, I'll try to post a more current one and see if that works. But we shall see. We shall see. Oh, man, guys. I really don't want World War III. Official, like hardcore, hot World War III. I don't want it. I don't want it at all. But as I've said before, the gears of war must be lubricated by the blood of the innocent. It seems that's what the powers that be demand. We got to speak out about it, though. We got to speak out about it. Even if it's just posting on X. Which, by the way, if you haven't followed me over on X, at Buildozer74 __, we are at 3,050 to 3,060, depending on X's mood and I guess the level of bots that follow the account. Been a little bit of pruning, went up to 3,070 at one point, then shot right back down to 3,048. Now back up at 3,050, at least the last I checked. Apparently, it's a happening place over there on X. Not sure why people like what I post. I do some reposting, I do some original posting. Of course, I post my show links over there. I also have a locals, the dozerden.locals.com. I should probably include that in the descriptions from now on. If you want to follow me over there. Oh no. CW, you got to be careful. You got to be careful with X and the you need to refer to it as a transmission. If you refer to them as transmissions, then you'll be okay. Didn't we project at Black Swan, or at least this administration fucking shit up, create a complete geopolitical factor? Yes. Yeah, that's where it's at. That's where it's at. This current administration is doing everything it can to poison the pot. This current administration, the deep state, as I said the other day, it is like a wounded animal stuck in a trap. It's like a coyote thrashing about in its own garbage, in its own refuse, gnawing away at its limb. That's what it's doing right now. And it's destroying the immediate surroundings. That's the goal. That's the goal. Or Transformers. That's right, Lord Sterling. Sarah Field. Transformer more than meets the eye. More than meets the eye. Good Lord. We've got a meme later for that. A little bit of Mohap vibes. Except this one's for sure. This one's not a joke. More than meets the balls. Oh no. Oh no. But yeah, guys. It would appear that after the Biden administration authorized Ukraine to shoot U.S. weapons, and British weapons were used as well. I think the British ones are Storm Shadow, I believe, and then ours are the Attackums, or they're both Storm Shadows and both Attackums. I'm not sure. I just know it's Western weapons that we have provided that we are letting them shoot into Russia. They are our attack dog, the little Chihuahua on a leash, but we gave the Chihuahua a fucking bazooka. Okay? They can't run that shit. They gotta have us helping them. So, we're still involved. Transformers looks like girls, but guys. Oh no. The Sarah Fields one is definitely not the best. I will say, I mean, kudos to the hair though. You got nice hair, dude. I'll give you that. Great. And if I knew a person that was trans and wanted to be called Sarah when they were previously Sam or Steve, I'm whatever, I'll call you Sarah. If you want to be called something different, I'll call you something different. Don't expect me to correctly identify you by your pronouns. I'm probably going to still refer to you as Bud. Like, it's just, it's what it is. It's what it's well. Fuck. You guys, if you want that to happen, CW, let's just have Bill read off comments tonight. If you want that to happen, I'm going to have to start seeing some Rumble rants, all right? You're going to have to start lighting this chat up if you want that to happen. Because I got news to talk about, guys. I got news to talk about. I got news. It's horrifying. And it's going insane. But yeah, we got some clips here. I don't know if all of these clips here in this conglomeration from the informant _X on X, I don't know if these are all One of them is just audio, so we're not playing that one. The first one I think might have actually been Ukraine shooting missiles into Russia. I'm not 100% sure. I've heard conflicting reports on this. So, shit. Not looking at him. I'm not looking at him. Nope. Nope. Not doing it. uh, let's see. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this one up here. Let me get my ears on. Come on. Whoa. Whoa. Oh yeah. These are the best headphones. These are the ONN headphones from Walmart. On. One of them doesn't work. I hear perfectly out of one. The other one, the sound comes and goes depending on how much I bend the cord. I have a nice set. I have a nice set of headphones, but they have a speaker with it, and these are my work ones, so it might be a little bit unethical to use them for streaming too. Just a little bit. I don't know. Lord of the Ree, good to see you. Thanks for joining the stream tonight. Why are you just now getting a notification? Rumble has been a little bit off of its game on notifications. I don't get any notifications anymore. I don't know what I did. I must have flipped something off in the settings. I get the emails. My God, my emails are full of freaking notifications, but I don't get the banner notifications on my phone anymore. I need to fix that. Nah. Thanks, Lord of the Ree. Thanks. I appreciate the compliment. These are absolutely the type of headphones you might use with your portable CD player. Did you guys have the little silver one, like the silver one with the black in the middle? That thing was the bomb. That was my favorite little CD player. It was great. Very cheap. Broke after a couple months. Stopped reading the discs. The balance got way off and it would wobble. But it was appreciative. Or I was appreciative of it. Never got a Walkman. Was lucky when I finally got an iPod Nano. Good times, good times. Thank you guys so much for watching the stream tonight. Don't forget to smash that like button. I was poor. I didn't have the money for anti-skip, all right? God. Oh, always skip. Okay, yeah. That's right. That's how it was. Let's go ahead and get into this first story here. We've got a few videos to watch, and then we have an article to read from actually Zero Hedge, because I saw Zero Hedge made a post arguing that it wasn't ICBMs. And if you've not read Zero Hedge, they are thorough in their articles. So we're going to read through that here in a moment. But let's go ahead and pull up this video here from The Informant over on X. And so here's what they say. Russia reportedly launched an intercontinental ballistic missile, ICBM, at Dnipro, Ukraine on November 21st, marking the first known use of such a weapon in the 33-month conflict. This could have been done in like 4 months, by the way. They had an agreement with each other to find peace, but the West said no. You will not. We need more sacrifice. The missiles targeted industrial and critical infrastructure, causing fires and injuring at least 2 people. I'm thinking they probably injured more than that based on the lights we have flashing there. It was launched from Russia's Astrakhan region, accompanied by a Kinzhal hypersonic missile and 7 Kh-101 cruise missiles. Ukrainian defenses intercepted 6 of the cruise missiles, but did not confirm the ICBM's impact. The attack followed Ukraine's use of U.S. and British missiles on Russian territory, worsening the conflict. Moscow warned that these attacks could cause serious consequences. Although Ukraine's Patriot systems can intercept short-range missiles, they are not optimized for ICBMs. Analysts question whether the U.S. was pre-notified of the launch to avoid accidental retaliation. They were apparently we were notified of this attack before it actually happened. So, there you go. Zero Hedge. Sterling approved. Dozer approved as well. Yeah, I like Zero Hedge. Tyler Durden. Good stuff. Very, very good stuff. What's up, JJR? Glad to see you made it. listening but working. I hope you have a great shift, bud. Thank you so much for popping in and showing your support by giving this stream a view. To everybody watching after the show is live, thank you so much for seeking this show out after the live broadcast. I sincerely appreciate you. To all the people lurking, I love my lurkers as well. I do love my lurkers. Much appreciated, much appreciated. So let's pull this first one up here.
Завод. Еще. Еще.
That's a big boom.
Еще. Еще.
Well, there was one. You know what? I think something that might help this. Something that might help this whole type of thing. If we had more men. I don't mean the pansies that we currently have in positions of power. I mean real men. And you know what, guys? In today's society, it's tough to be a man in a world dominated by overly masculine, liberal women. That's just not how it's meant to be. Everywhere we look, it's gender neutral, this product, or made for her, that product. That is why we started a company that embodies the ethos of men's lives matter too. With products that aren't designed to be gender neutral or used by people with pronouns, our products at Rumble are designed and built for men by men. Period. Exclamation point. So if you struggle with low energy, mood swings, or hair loss, or if you need to perform better at the gym, maybe in bed, and recover quicker after, throw out all your other garbage supplements and try animal organs. They're traditionally the most nutrient rich supplements on the planet. But our bison organs are a step above. The grass fed, non vaccinated bison are a species where the weak are allowed to die and only the strongest survive. So here is our commitment to you from men who have real confidence in their products. Try this today, and if you don't like it, fine, return it for a refund. Go to benaked.com, code studio, and get 15% off today. I love reading that ad. I saw it pop up, guys. I saw it pop up and I had to do it. I had to. You like that, huh? You like that, Lord of the Rings? Linus level segue there? Oh, gosh. Yeah, that had to happen, guys. That had to happen. I saw the Be Naked, and it had to happen. Check it out, benaked.com. Thanks to Rumble Ad Center for helping out small creators like myself get a little extra change. That was like worth 43 cents or something, according to Rumble. It's fun. I have fun with it, so I enjoy it. Let's watch this one. We watched the big one. Those were some big booms, guys. Those were some big booms. That's right. Watching it burn. At least it'll be warm. I need to get some more emotes added in. I'm going to do that. Let's check this one out. No sound here, but impactful nonetheless. And zoom. 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 What, I'm guessing there are explosions associated with this. I'm just guessing. Not good. Not good. This next one here is just audio, so I guess maybe that was the yeah, those I guess that's the audio that came with those lights. So yeah. Lord of the, Lord of the Ree. He says you were already 4 seconds into it before I realized what was happening. That's what she said. I don't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Ooh, Trish, it's getting a little chilly where you're at, huh? Hey, it's in the 40s here. I'll take it. Yeah, it's getting a little bit bright there. That's the audio apparently. To correspond with it. Big booms. Look at this next one here. Oh, that looks like AI. I kind of doubt that's from I don't know. I don't know. The informant might be misinforming a little bit. Those clips were legit, but I don't know if that first one on the left there. I don't know if that one was actually from Ukraine being hit. That one might have been from Russia. It's hard to tell. They both sound very Russian. So yeah, it's the stuff coming down really quick. Those flashes right there. That is not something that I'm used to seeing. Here we got a little clip here from Fox News. This was 15 hours ago. That one was 17 hours ago. So this was a couple hours, and they had some daylight here to look at. So
the Ukrainian Air Force saying Russia has fired an intercontinental ballistic missile in the central eastern city of Dnipro. If true, this would be the first known use of these powerful nuclear-capable missiles. And this as
Dnipro, please.
the U.S. Embassy in Kyiv has reopened following an urgent warning that Russia might launch a significant air attack on the capital city. Tensions remain high in the region after Ukraine used long-range British missiles and American-made ballistic missiles to strike Russian territory for the first time. President Biden also expanding Ukraine's arsenal by agreeing to give the country anti-personnel landmines.
The landmines that we would look to provide them would be.
Oh, look, the groundhog came out of his fucking den. Isn't he the guy that just disappears every now and then? Random health scares? That's secure.
Landmines that are not persistent. We can control when they.
Dnipro, Lord of the Ree, N-I-P or D-N-I-P-R-O. Dnipro, please. Get it right, Dnipro.
Which self-activate, self-detonate, and that makes it far more safer eventually than the things that they are creating on their own.
John Elliott is the former Trump national security aide and author of the new book, The Biden-Harris Betrayal, Weak and Woke on the World Stage. And John joins me now. John, good morning to you. So how big of a deal is this news that Ukraine is saying that Russia has fired an intercontinental ballistic missile for the first time?
Well, Carly, good morning. It's absolutely a big deal if it's true, just as you said. What this would represent a major escalation by Russia in the war against Ukraine. And this follows on what the Biden administration did just the last couple of days. They allowed for attacks, directly long-range attacks, 130, 190 miles, up to 190 miles into the territory of Russia that's never been authorized before. These are U.S. weapons that are now authorized to go directly against Russia. And then also what Lloyd Austin was just saying there about the anti-personnel mines, those have never been given over.
I agree, Trish. Dude looks really, the makeup's bad. The makeup is bad.
There, and those are very, very dangerous. Once again, that's a major escalation. So if true, this ICBM that was launched for the first time against Ukraine, this would mean a major escalation, really a response to the provocation that the Biden administration is doing in the last throes. We got 2 months going in this administration. President Trump has said that he's going to ramp this war down. And suddenly, why are we provoking the Russians and then having a tit for tat? Meantime, there's more going on in Iran that we can talk about. But we're on the verge of World War III in 2 locations on the Biden-Harris.
We're in it. We're in it. It's there.
Watch. And it's coming in the last 2 months before President Trump gets in office, and this is outrageous.
Okay, so also Vladimir Putin just lowered the threshold for the country to be allowed to use nuclear weapons. Their current stance is essentially they could use nuclear weapons if they're attacked at any time. So where do you think all of this is going?
Well, once again, we're on the verge of World War III right now because we are Putin has said that there was a red line. He said that if we allow Ukraine to attack directly long-range missiles into Russian territory, then that was a red line, and that he threatened nuclear action as a result of that. And look, we also have the Iranians who are 1 month away from building several nuclear weapons right there. And so,
Okay, fuck that. That's a talking point that I am tired of hearing. Iran is just a month away. They're 2 weeks away from enriching, plutonium. They're just a week away. They're mere days away from nuclear weapons. Bullshit. If they are, they probably already have them. That's my thing. They probably already have them. What's up, fecal face? Oh my gosh. All right. You have fun with that, fecal
this
face.
is once again the instability
why
that's
his eyebrows
brought
look like that?
about through the Biden-Harris weakness. We saw it in Afghanistan. There was a green light for Putin to go 2 years ago into Russia, 2.5 years ago now. And so this is something where Russia is right on the edge right now. And this is something that we need President Trump in office right away so that he can ramp down these conflicts and just bring peace to that region.
So, John, there are also those in the Republican Party who think that President Biden should have already done this, given Ukraine the ability to strike deep inside Russia from day one, give them everything they want. You could make the argument that that would be the peace through strength position. What about that?
Well, it's not the case because, once again, this is something where President Putin is ready to negotiate because he knows for a long time that this is a position that President Trump has had and that he will, as a deal maker, he's the art of the deal and he'll be able to push both sides together. But what this risks right now is something that can spiral out of control very quickly. We saw the use, if this is true, the report of the ICBM being used. That's the first time ever, and that shows that all you need to do is put a nuclear warhead on that, and we've got World War III. So this is something that is very dangerous, and if we're looking to strengthen the hand of Zelensky, the Ukrainians, against Russia, this is a very dangerous game to play, and we need to be very careful and get President Trump in office so that he can push both sides together and get a deal here.
Tense times. John Elliott, thank you so much for joining us.
I'll just say this. I've got kids, and I'll be damned if I let my kid get drafted into some bullshit war for some stupid ass politicians. It's not going to happen. Lord of the Rings. Damn it. You guys and your poo humor. It's good. It's good. That was good, Lord of the Rings. It was a good retort. Witty as all get out. I thank you for that. But yeah, it's a flex. It's a serious flex by Russia. It is them letting you know, them letting the world know, hey, if you keep this up, you keep fucking around and you are going to find out. We have the ability to make you find out. That's what Russia did with these launches. ICBMs are not. Hypersonic missiles, apparently, for sure. I've, had people saying that it's not ICBMs. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know exactly what the distinction is, but we do have an article, y'all. We have an article that we're going to get into here from Zero Hedge. What up here? And it's actually a very, very well done article here. Bit lengthy, but honestly, I think it's worth it. They've got some videos that we already saw. They've got some video from Putin that we are going to go ahead and look through. See, we have someone watching over there on YouTube. Hey there. Thanks for joining us, random YouTube person. Please don't run away just because I've noticed you. Thanks for watching over there on YouTube, guys. If you do want to choose to watch me over there, I stream Mondays and Thursdays at 9:30 p.m. Central here in the Dozer Den. Subscribe to the channel, guys. Become one of the illustrious killdozers in the army that we need to build for patriotism, for America. $5 a month, guys, to support the channel. Be one of the elite killdozers. All the rest here, you are also killdozers. You are. And I love you and appreciate you. But I'm just saying, you shine a little bit better if you subscribe. Just saying. Nobody ever has to contribute financially to the Dozer Den, but every bit is appreciated. Thank you so much to my lovely monthly subscribers. $5 a month to be absolute chads and chadettes. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Sam Duty, not random. Hell yes. Thanks, Sam Duty. I see you. I see you, Sam Duty. You are not random. You are Awesome. Oh, wrong one. I was trying to pin you, Sam. Yeah, there you go. You're not random. You're Sam. Appreciate you watching over there. We got a couple people over there, it looks like. And of course, to my people on X, thank you very much for watching there as well. Let me check on y'all, see if we got any people mixing it up in the comments or not. Usually not much activity there in the comments. That's okay. I understand. Oh. Oh, X is being weird right now. How dare you? How dare you, X? Rumble. Don't know what X is doing. Uh-oh, had to close out. It's going super slow. All right. Good to see it. Good to see it. Let's go ahead and bring this article up here from Zero Hedge. CW, you getting a little tipsy, huh? Getting a little tipsy? Having a good time, CW? All good, all good. If you guys saw my thumbnail, that was also a Grok creation. Gave it a couple prompts. Wasn't giving me what I wanted. Finally got what I wanted. Who lurks here? Who lurketh here? Oh, there are lurkers. There are lurkers. And I like my lurkers. I love my lurkers. I love my lurkers. Even though you don't want to type, even though you don't want to interact in the comments, I still welcome you to the Dozer Den. Bobblehead Trump says so. Hugging the flag. It's my best investment. I'm not going to lie. Hugging the flag. That's right. Showing the street cred. Oh, man. Let's go ahead and pull this article up and start reading through it. All right. This is from Zero Hedge. Ukraine becoming global war after Western long-range weapons used against Russia, says Putin. This was at 11:30 a.m. from earlier today by Tyler Durden. I don't believe that's his real name. I'm just saying. You like that bobblehead, Sterling? That's right. That's the best. It's the best. It's the best. There are other bobbleheads, but this bobblehead. Mwah. So we had an update at 1:20 Eastern Time on Thursday. President Vladimir Putin issued a stern warning in the wake of Ukraine launching long-range strikes on Russia's territory, utilizing newly approved U.S. and U.K. long-range missiles. Kiev has launched a long-range missile strike against military facilities located within internationally recognized Russian territory. Began his televised address by saying. He confirmed British-made Storm Shadow missiles and U.S.-made HIMARS were fired targets at targets located in Bryansk and Kursk regions. He said this action threatens to turn the Ukraine conflict into a global war. A regional Ukrainian, excuse me, I'm getting a dry throat. Oh no. A regional Ukraine conflict instigated by the West has acquired elements of a global one, Putin spelled out, and noted that these systems cannot be used without the direct operational involvement of Western military specialists. That is key. That is important. That means that we have people involved directing the use of these systems, of these launches, which means we're the ones fucking doing it. You can act like it's not us all you want. You can act like it's the proxy thing, but at this point, it's us doing it. We're pushing the damn buttons from what I understand. It's old. Done with it. Done with it. I am fed up with the bullcrap. Call it out for what it is, damn it. Dmitry Medvedev said, so that's what you wanted? Well, you've damn well got it. A hypersonic ballistic missile attack. That was the one with all the flashy lights that we saw earlier. But he went on to claim that the inbound Western rockets were intercepted by Russian defenses. The goals that have apparently been set up by the enemy have not been achieved. He suggested injuries among some personnel at a command center in Kursk, but noted it continues full operations. He also asserted that no Western systems can counter Russia's new missiles on display earlier in the day. The use of such weapons by the enemy cannot affect the course of the situation in the Special Military Operations Zone. SMOZ, Putin stressed. He also said it was a big mistake for the U.S. to pull out the Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty in 2019, to pull out of the INF Treaty. Let's go ahead and see what he has to say here. I wonder if this is going to be... let's see. Let's pull this up. Wonder if it'll let me play it here or if it'll direct me over to X. If it does, then I'll close it out and open it up in a new window.
The further course of action will be determined based on the threats to the security of the Russian Federation. We believe that we have the right to use our weapons against military facilities of countries who allow their weapons to be used against ours. And in case of an escalation, we will act as decisively in a mirror fashion. The ruling elites of the countries.
Lord, CW, that's what Putin's doing to Ukraine right now. Right there with Michael Scott. Yep. That's what happened. That's what happened.
Are nurturing plans to use their military contingents against Russia should be warned.
Appreciate you, Sam Duty, for watching here on Rumble and on YouTube. Good stuff. Says I'm YouTube. I'm YouTube because I tread on enemy territory because I can. Damn right you can. Don't let them tell you you can't. Although they tell me I can't whenever I get a copyright strike, and then nobody can see my videos over there. Hooray! Thank you, YouTube. Little bitty creator like myself getting a copyright strike. Good job, CommieTube. You're so strong. Thank you. Can things cool prior to Trump taking office, or will Zelensky and the West risk bigger confrontation to likely trigger Russian hypersonic missiles or even a tactical nuke? That is indeed an ultra dangerous slide. We had an update here, 10:57 Eastern Time. It must have been a little bit earlier in the day. Ukraine's earlier claim that its territory had been struck by ICBMs fired by Russia is being hotly disputed. Hours after widespread reports first appeared, U.S. officials are saying it appears to be a new intermediate-range ballistic missile and not an ICBM, which targeted the central city of Dnipro, Dnipro. Not that other word, guys. Not that other word. The New York Times has reported in follow-up of the attack. Several Western officials said that the weapon was not an ICBM and instead was likely an intermediate-range missile that flies shorter distances. Zelensky himself had claimed Russia used a new class of missile. All the parameters, speed, altitude, match those of an ICBM, he said. All expert evaluations are underway, but U.S. defense officials are contradicting this. A senior U.S. official said the weapon appeared to be an intermediate-range ballistic missile, adding, but it is a new type we have been tracking. So it's hypersonic, but not an ICBM. Oh, well. U.S. officials have also called it an experimental missile. There's also been some quibbling among experts. Yes. Quibbling among experts. As to how to characterize the projectiles, which were observed hitting Ukraine at incredibly high rates of speed in terms of rocket size and distance. Zero Hedge, I like you, but proofread your shit. I've seen like 5 or 6 different grammatical errors, and I am getting annoyed. What's up, Mama Mac? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Hanging out here in the Dozer Den. We got Mama Mac in the chat. Have fun with those dishes, Mama Mac. Have fun with those dishes. I got mine done the other night. Those dishes just pile up. They just pile up. I don't know how it happens either, Mama Mac. I don't know how it happens either. It just does. Paper plates only get you so far. They only get you so far. Assuming Washington is correct and that it wasn't an ICBM, this suggests Zelensky's hasty verdict is all about threat inflation, coming at a time he's desperately trying to get the West's attention, arguing in favor of greater NATO military intervention against Russia. Disband NATO. That is all. Ukraine's Air Force Command says that Russia has, for the first time in the multi-year war, launched the ICBM targeting the central Ukrainian city of Dnipro. So this is an unprecedented escalation. Follows Ukraine's recent use of the U.S.-made MGM-140 Army tactical missile system, ATACMS, and British Storm Shadow missiles to strike military targets deep within Russia. The use of an ICBM is Russia demonstrating its greater capabilities in response to Ukraine's long-range missile strikes. Senior Ukrainian military official told the Financial Times that Russia launched the ICBM called RS-26 Rubez that has a range of 3,700 miles. So that's where this was earlier in the day, I suppose. So this was saying that it was a little bit, they were updating higher up in the article. So those were the most recent from what I understand. Because I don't believe this was the one that I saw advertised. I think it was the Wrench missiles that were used. So kind of scrolling through this and seeing if there's anything that let's see. Putin had said earlier that the use of Western non-nuclear rockets by the armed forces of Ukraine against Russia can prompt a nuclear response. He's right. And I don't blame him. Honestly, I really don't. Don't want it, but, it is what it is. Let's see. Davis continued, clearly what the Russians have done here is to take the nuclear warheads off the missiles and launch the missiles either as an inert missile without anything on it or maybe with some sort of conventional warhead. So still packs a punch, but not a nuclear punch, not a radioactive punch. They're trying to send a message. They're flexing. Yeah, they're absolutely flexing. They're trying to massively say to the West, look, the use of these Storm Shadow and ATACMS missiles is challenging Russia's critical interests. And so they're trying to intimidate us into backing down. It's not an empty threat. I mean, this has to stop. It's not necessarily just a threat to back down. It's just a look. It's like a porcupine flipping its tail at you. You keep it up and you're going to get some damn quills stuck in your balls. I mean, just stop. Why keep doing this? Except for, like I said, you've got to lubricate the gears of war with the blood of the innocent. Every time. Never fails. There's some more. Well, that was a delayed boom. There it was. I don't know if we saw this one. Did we see this one earlier? Nope. Oh, it took me somewhere else. You guys can't see what I'm seeing right now. It was the same one with the video and then the audio was in the other one, I think. So, yeah. No need as in Shadow of Ezra. Yeah. Let me see. Is there any more in this article here? Doesn't really look like it. Russia is saying, from Dmitry Peskov, it's a very dangerous position that the outgoing administration is taking. There's a new escalation happening. Yeah, because they're trying to stir. They're dropping turds in the punch bowl, guys. They're dropping turds in the punch bowl. That's what all this is. This is just to make it harder for the next administration. This is just to stir things up and try to make Trump look bad. Try to make Biden an outgoing wartime president. And man doesn't know where the fuck he is. He hasn't known where the fuck he is for a while. Yeah, Trish, I agree. Eventually, Putin's going to say screw it and go full out. And I would not blame him. I don't want it. I don't want that to happen. But it looks like that's where we're heading. It does look like that's where we're heading. CW, you have a suspicion all of it could be AI? I mean, it could be. Some of those grainy ones, I don't think they are. I think if it was, if it looks too good, that's probably AI, or could be AI. But if it looks all grainy and the quality is kind of gray and faded out, I kind of doubt that is. Maybe. I don't even think Biden's the one doing anything at this point. He's just moping. He's just wandering about the White House, crapping himself and asking for bran muffins. That's and small children to sniff, of course. You can't forget that with Biden. He's going to revert back to his instincts. His instinct is to grab the smallest children that is closest to him, the smallest child closest to him, and caress the child and sniff. That's what he does. That's what he does. And we know it. Everybody else knows it. We act like it's not true, but it is. Oh, here's one. This is from about 7 hours ago from Mr. Guns and Gear on X. Pull this up here. Well, real quick, actually, first we're going to look at this one because this just looks cool, honestly. That one might be AI. I don't know. They're saying it's real. They're saying it's real. Here's a clip from the DoD finally put out a statement about the first ever use of the ICBM, if in fact it was an ICBM. Its experimental intermediate range ballistic missile launched at Ukraine was based on the RS-26 Rubez ICBM model. It doesn't mean it's that, but it's based on that apparently. The U.S. was notified by Russia. The U.S. was notified by Russia about the launch briefly before it occurred through nuclear risk reduction channels. So there was a pre-warning. At least there was that. Yeah, that's right. I agree, Yanni Fangs. Give Mr. Guns and Gear a follow. Mike. Follow him on locals too. I don't peruse locals very often. Well, not very often. There's live chats. The Ricada live chat. I like hanging out in there every now and then, but it's been dead for a while, so it is what it is, I guess. But yeah, there's that. If you guys want to check out my Discord, it is in the comments section of this video. Guys, if you want to help this channel out, don't forget to follow the channel, Bulldozer74. Subscribe if you like, $5 a month to become one of the elite killdozers in the army of killdozers here in the Dozer Den. You can also comment in the comments section, share the stream out, all the things. Follow me at Bulldozer74 __ over there on X. We get up to some fun stuff over there. Let's play this real quick here.
Thanks, Lita. So trying to remember some of the order of your questions. So I can confirm that Russia did launch an experimental intermediate range ballistic missile. This IRBM was based on Russia's RS-26 Rubez intercontinental ballistic missile model. In terms of notifications to the United States was pre-notified briefly before the launch through nuclear risk reduction channels. For more, I'd refer you to state on that. And I think your third question was on our reaction to Putin's comments. Thanks, Lita. So trying to remember some of the order of your questions. So
Okay, there's that. Oh, here was some footage in Ukraine. Or no, footage in Russia, I believe. So Ukraine bombs Russia. This was yesterday with the Storm Shadow missiles. And just think if this was in your neighborhood. Just think. By the way, if you want to donate to the Dozer Den directly, Venmo and Cash App there up at the top. Thanks for posting that, Trish. And it's in the pinned at the top of the comment section in Rumble. That is an option. Not ever demanded, but definitely appreciated.
Я в машине сидел, выбежал аж. Вот. Ебать, блядь. Срывает. взрывают сейчас. Вон там дым идет. Что они там забомбили? Еще один прилет летит.
Dude might want to find fucking cover.
Вот нахрен. Что это взрывы, а? Серег, хрен его знает. Мы, наверное, сейчас ломанемся отсюда. Ай, бля. Пиздец, хрен знает. Я здесь сейчас, бля.
These are Western weapons being fired into Russia.
Ай, бля, пиздец. Ай, бля, пиздец. Дым идет, сука, везде. Прямо на помаре нахреначат, бля. Не знаю, бля. Хуй знает, где сейчас пацаны там. Ебать нахрен сюда. Вот это взрывы. Именно Марина наша взрывает, бля. Именно.
This is the West. This is the West doing this. These could be our missiles that we gave them. This could be Britain's. I don't know. Silly business. What are you talking about with your whips and stuff? Get after him, silly business. What's up, Six Designs? Good to see you. Thanks for watching the channel tonight. Where are those explosions? Those explosions are in Russia. Those are from the other day. Those are from yesterday when Ukraine was using Western weapons to hit Russia in Kursk and Berneska, I believe. Good to see you. Thank you guys for joining. Don't forget to smash that like button. Sam, I don't approve of this. What, the whips? So the business, well, I'm glad you have your whips at the ready to take care of them. You do you.
Пиздец, Серега.
Like, I think I had read, or pretty sure we read earlier that these were military installations or strategic hits, like that wasn't residential, but that kind of looked a little residential to me. It's not needed. This isn't needed. This doesn't have to happen. It's like, and they know that. They know that. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, I don't approve of these missiles at all. They're funded by our tax dollars, guys. It's where billions of dollars we forgave or Biden has let the Ukrainians get away with $4.7 billion, which we've put like $200 billion into Ukraine. So I don't even know why the $4.7 billion is that much to bitch about. We're at that point in this world, guys, where the billions don't matter anymore. It's like the damn scene from Austin Powers when he's coming in, $1 million. It means nothing. Now we're at the point where billion. If it was a billion, 1 billion, 5 billion, 200 billion fucking dollars, it means nothing. I'm at the point. I'm becoming radicalized in this aspect. If we can send these billions and billions and trillions of dollars for all this bullshit war stuff that we don't need, that doesn't need to happen, if we can do that, why not just go ahead and make fucking healthcare free, quote unquote free? Why don't we just allocate that into paying for the healthcare for the people of this nation? At this point, if we can spend all this money on this bullshit, might as well go ahead and put it to something worth something. I don't know. Why not? Why fucking not? If we can spend all the money elsewhere, why not reallocate it? Why not actually make it a little bit cheaper for people to get the care that they need? Make it cheaper for the people that are poor that end up getting cancer to actually get decent cancer treatment. When you see these people up in power, right? These people up in power, these like Jamie Ratskin, right? When you see them, they get cancer, and oh, you know what? They're absolutely fine. In, a few months, they get all healed up. But if you're fucking poor, if you don't have money, you're fucked. Or your family is in debt for the rest of their fucking life to try to get you to live, to get treated with the poison that is chemotherapy. They have a cure for this shit. But if you're not one of the entitled, one of the elites, one of the club, well, you are a peon. You are a pleb. You don't get that. You get to suffer and die. In my opinion, at this point, fucking spend the billions and trillions of dollars on healthcare for the people of this country instead of fucking bombing all the other people. That's where I'm at with it. Or how about we don't do either one of them? How about that? Let's just make it make sense. That's what I want. I want some fucking common sense. We don't have it here. We don't have it in this country. We don't have it in the military. We don't have it at the upper echelons of the establishment. It just gets old. It gets old, damn it. Yeah. What are you guys doing? Buffalo bulldozers, fine fetish leathers. Oh no. Oh, I'm not judging. You do you. Six designs, yeah. You know why? Because we spend all our money on other shit and we actually spend money on other people's healthcare. They have the healthcare that they have because we fund it through our means. We're paying for all these other countries' healthcare. That's how it happens. So if we can pay for the other nation's healthcare, why don't we fucking pay for our healthcare? I know it's not free. There's no such thing as free healthcare. But if the money's going to be spent anyways, you might as well fucking spend it on the American people instead of everybody fucking else. And yes, I'm going to say, what about us? Stop spending it on those motherfuckers and spend it on the damn people. Or at least just do something different. I don't know how to freaking fix it, but I'm just rambling on the internet. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. Jester talk. Interesting. I don't know. I haven't done any research into that. I've heard of farbendazole or something like that, or some of the anti-parasitics are apparently, hell, ivermectin. What can't that drug do? Apparently, somebody with stage 4 cancer, a doctor started giving them ivermectin, and they ended up in full remission, and they're healthy and living now. So it could be some simple stuff like that. It could be changing up your diet. It could be simple naturopathic avenues. I'm sure there are cures for cancer. I'm sure that our government knows about the cure for cancer, but it's such a big cash cow that you can't go ahead and release it to the general public. And that's why, like I said, you see people like Jamie Raskin that have very advanced cancer. All of a sudden, a few months later, they're healthy, they're fine, they're still alive. They're able to get it. They're able to get it because they matter more than you. They matter more than you. That's what system we currently have. We should be living like kings instead of being ruled by them, but that's essentially what we are. Gets old. It gets old, guys. And when you see people struggle with it, it sucks. It sucks. It's not cool to see people that you know struggle with this stuff when you know that they're the elites. And I say that with disdain. I don't say that to prop them up on a pedestal. When I say the elites, it is with malice in my heart. They are able to get the resources and live on and on and on. Oh. I don't know, CW. I think there probably are some cures. I think there are. There are definitely causes. They're poisoning us with all the food, the weird shit in our food, all the different medicines that they give us. Which medication is your doctor pushing today? That'll tell you who's funding him. That'll tell you. Good points. Good points. So there's all that. There's all that. It's very negative stuff, guys. It's very negative stuff. But even though there's a lot of negative stuff, let's get positive and talk about our next advertiser here on the Dozer Den. If you have a dog, we've all been there. Our pup goes from full of energy to sick and miserable in an instant. And at the worst times, then we're calling vets in the middle of the night or on weekends, trying to find a clinic that will take us in. It's a terrible way to manage your dog's health, not to mention your stress levels and your monthly budget. That's why people are getting the Pet Emergency Kit by Positive. That's PAWSITIVE. It contains critical medications and supplies that can not only keep you out of the veterinary office, but may even save your dog's life. Their kits contain critical medications like activated charcoal, styptic powder, and more. But wait, there's more. It might save your dog's life. Head over to positive.com and use code STUDIO to get 15% off your pet emergency kit. Thank you guys for bearing with me through another ad read. That'll probably be the last one of the night, but I felt like adding it in there. There you go. It happened. It happened. There was a transition. There was a transition. Unlike the transition that Sarah Fields had. It wasn't a very effective one, Sarah. It wasn't. Next topic we're going to talk about, though, guys. Gaetz. Gaetz. And we're not saying, and lock the cemetery. Gaetz. No, Matt Gaetz. He dropped out of contention. Dropped out of contention for the nomination for Attorney General for the next administration. After a meeting with the J.D. Vance and other senators yesterday, said he had some good conversations. He did. He said he had some good conversations. Apparently not. Oh, no. Apparently not good enough, though, because he decided to go ahead and drop out. Yanni Fangs, I have to sleep like a true East Coaster with a job in the morning. Love y'all. Let's pray we don't all wake up as glowing green ghouls. Let's hope. Fallout was a damn good show. I'll say that. I enjoyed watching it. Makes me want to play the game. Rest well, Yanni Fangs. Thank you so much for your support, and thank you for watching the stream tonight, sir. Cheddar Steve! Good to see you, buddy. Said, hey, right ball. Hey, right ball, what left ball? There's a penis in between us. It says, hey, right ball, what left ball? There's a penis in between us. There you go. There you go. I had to read it with that inflection, didn't I? Thanks for the comment there, Cheddar Steve. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Guys, don't forget to smash that like button. Comment in the comment section. Share the stream out if you feel like getting more eyes on this channel. Because, guys, if we get more viewers, well, eventually I might do 3 streams a week. We're getting close. We're getting close. We're doing well. Doing well. It's good to see it. Good to see it. Lord Sterling, bad people have been congratulating Pam Bondi like Lindsey Graham and Jeb Bush. Ew. Yeah, there's some concerning things about her. There's some concerning things. I've got a couple things that I in the little bit of research that I've done on her. It's only been a few hours, so I haven't done a deep dive. But she's good on some things, not so good on other things. So whereas Gaetz was our shining golden example, she might be bronze. It doesn't sound like she's going to be terrible, but it doesn't sound like she's going to be the greatest. Red flag laws and the appointment of that prosecutor for the Zimmerman trial, concerning, very concerning. So, really, really bad pick. Let's hope not. Let's hope it's not that bad. I'm going to do some more reading into it for sure, but there's a large dog outside my window. But Gaetz dropped out. Let's find his post. Read what he had to say. If I can find it. I had it at one point, guys. Then I lost it. Gone into the ether. Perhaps. Perhaps not. Been here somewhere, damn it. I've missed it. Need to organize my bookmarks a little bit better, don't I? That would help. That would help. We're gonna pull up this clip. Pull up this statement from Gaetz. I think they've got Trump's. There it is. I found it. It was in there. So this was just 11 hours ago from Matt Gaetz. Pull it up here and we'll read through it here. So Gates said, I had excellent meetings with senators yesterday. I appreciate their thoughtful feedback and the incredible support of so many. While the momentum was strong, it's clear that my confirmation was unfairly becoming a distraction to the critical work of the Trump-Vance transition. There's no time to waste on a needlessly protracted Washington scuffle. Thus, I'll be withdrawing my name from consideration to serve as Attorney General. Trump's DOJ must be in place and ready on day one. Yeah, I agree. I remain fully committed to see that Donald J. Trump is the most successful president in history. I will forever be honored that President Trump nominated me to lead the Department of Justice, and I'm certain he will save America. And then there it was right here. Here's the comment from Trump. I greatly appreciate the recent efforts of Matt Gaetz in seeking approval to be Attorney General. He was doing very well, but at the same time, didn't want to become a distraction for the administration, for which he has much respect. Matt has a wonderful future, and I look forward to watching all of the great things he will do. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. I think, either I hope he's either going to be nominated to fill the spot from Phil Rubio's spot, or here's the one that's kind of, I don't know. Technically, he resigned from the 118th, but he's won election for the 119th. We'll see if that's the case. But I really don't like this. I would have liked this. I would have liked to seen the damn knockdown, drag out fight in Washington. People like what the hell's his name? Bill something on X. Can't think of his last name right now. Too much Botox, gray hair. Has some hits, has some miss, a lot of misses. He was going off about Gaetz for the past few days, talking about how he didn't want it to be a distraction, didn't want it to hurt Trump. This is not, just because it makes the establishment elite pissed off doesn't mean it hurts Trump. He's like, I don't want Trump to have a loss this early on. It's not a loss if you expose the garbage people there in the Senate, which we kind of did. We already knew Mitch McConnell was a piece of shit. We've known that. But there's a few others, though, that we have from this. Let me see. Had it here at some point. Here we go. Thought I had it on here anyways. Evidently not. Man, I could have sworn I screenshotted that. Oh well. But there was one from Utah, one from Michigan, another one. There were like four Republican senators that wouldn't sign off for it. And those have to be not Bill Kristol. Bill Mitchell, Lord Sterling. Yes, thank you. The aging lesbian. It's exactly who I'm talking about. I've gone back and forth with him a few times. I actually was messing with him on Gab back in the day, and then he rage quit Gab. And I want to go ahead and say I was part of that. I was part of making Bill Mitchell rage quit Gab. But he followed me on X, and we've had some back and forths where he was respectful, and I was respectful to him. Well, I disagree with him on a great many things, and he may be an aging lesbian-looking fellow. I think it was that Laura Loomer that got him for that. He had some positive things, but he's establishment. He's an establishment Republican. That's what he is. 6 designs. I am optimistic that it can be done quicker than that, or at least I hope the swamp can be drained and we can dehydrate the creatures enough to where we can at least put them on display. They're still going to be there, but let's put them on display and let's ridicule them. That's what I want. Yes, he was. He was absolutely a DeSantis shill. He was a DeSimpus. The DeSimps. It was bad. He was. I just liked making fun of him. honestly. We have had some good interactions, like I said, though. And even though we disagree and I gave him shit, he still did engage with me and go back and forth with me. So I went ahead and followed him. Fine, dude, whatever. And I just make fun of him right now because, he's establishment. He's one of the Lindsey Graham types, honestly. But Gaetz is out, and I hate to see it. I do hate to see that Gaetz is out. I think Gaetz was. I didn't expect Gaetz. I don't think many people did. I don't think whenever the Gaetz announcement was made, I think a lot of people were like, "What? Really?" That's how I felt. Wasn't even on my radar. Didn't even think it was going to be a possibility. But it was good to see. We got a statement here from. Okay. Let me pull this back up. We got more posts here from Gaetz. Here's some teasing. So we had a post that said Gaetz is responding to JD Vance. Said I'm extremely grateful. Vance says, I'm extremely grateful for the work Matt put into the nomination process. He made his decision to withdraw entirely out of respect for President Trump's administration. Matt is a patriot, and I look forward to seeing what he does next. Gaetz responds, thank you, Mr. VP-elect. I look forward to continuing the fight to save our country, just maybe from a different post. Little tease there. Huh, Gaetz? You and your eyebrows giving us a little tease. Different post, huh? Good to see that. Not gonna lie, that helps. What's up, Slyant? Nice to see you hanging out in the chat. Yeah, that's the thing. He's exposed them for who they are and what they are. That's what I like about it. We see them for what they are. Maybe that was part of the whole ploy. Who knows? Oh, it was Murkowski from Alaska, of course. Collins from Maine, Suzanne Collins. Curtis from Utah, and then McConnell. So those were the 4 senators that decided to suck it up. Just suck. Ken Paxton would have been a great pick. He's been working his ass off in Texas. So let's see. This is from 4 hours ago. Matt Gaetz said that, Matt Gaetz has given it up to her. So I said a stellar selection by President Trump for Attorney General. Pam and I worked closely together when she was Florida's Attorney General, and I chaired criminal justice in the state house. She's a proven litigator, an inspiring leader, and a champion for all Americans. She will bring the needed reforms to the Department of Justice. So Pam Bondi is the next one to tackle the establishment, hopefully. You know, Jim Jordan, I go back and forth on Jim Jordan. Jim Jordan has great sound bites, but Jim Jordan doesn't really have much bite. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. He makes a lot of noise and he sounds good, but Jim Jordan, there's very little follow through with that guy. I don't think he's on the level of like the Lindsey Grahams or like that, but he plays the game. He plays the game. Maybe that's the point. He's playing the game well. I don't know. APAC is prevalent in many of these decisions. What kind of blackmail does APAC have on these politicians that makes them do these things and say these things and take these positions? That's what I wonder. Maybe some Diddy involved stuff. Maybe some Epstein involved stuff. I don't know. Let's pull this up.
Breaking tonight, a lot happening during this show. Just announced, the president-elect has selected Pam Bondi as the next
I like looking at her a lot better than looking at Gaetz. I'll just say that.
Attorney General of the United States. I'll read from this announcement from the president-elect. I'm proud to announce former Attorney General of the great state of Florida, Pam Bondi, as our next Attorney General of the United States. Pam was a prosecutor for nearly 20 years, where she was very tough on violent criminals and made the streets safe for Florida families. Then, as Florida's first female Attorney General, She worked to stop the trafficking of deadly drugs and reduce the tragedy of fentanyl overdoses deaths, which have destroyed many families in our country. She did.
I do not care about the first female this or the first woman this. I don't give a flying fuck what your genitalia is. I care if you can get the freaking job done. The first female attorney general, fuck that. I don't care. Who cares? Why do we care? Why do we even point this shit out anymore?
Did such an incredible job that I asked her to serve as our opioid and drug abuse commission. During my first term, we saved many lives. Again, he goes on to say she's smart and tough and is America First fighter who will do a terrific job as Attorney General. Again, Pam Bondi from Florida, the next nominee for President-elect Trump, who obviously saw today that Matt Gaetz pulled his name from nomination as the votes were not there on Capitol Hill in the Senate for Matt Gaetz as Attorney General. Pam Bondi, now the name that the president-elect has put forward in that position.
6 designs. I think there are quite a few that could fill the AG spot. I would just like to see someone that will not back down, someone going after these demons with no restraint. Exorcise the demons from DC. That's what the D stands for in DC. Demonic. Demonic control. That's right. Washington demonic control. That's what the DC stands for. Not District of Columbia. Washington demonic control. It's happened. There you go. Mark it. Stamp it. 11/21/2024 at 11:17 p.m. Central Time. I'm sure I'm not the first one that has thought of that, so... This reporter, yeah, that was a Brett Baer. This reporter is a Bill Mitchell clone. Close. CW, holy shit, yes. Gaetz would make a great live action Butthead for Beavis and Butthead live action movie. Who plays Beavis? I don't know. Fire. And they can't make Cornholio. I need TP for my bunghole. Oh, bigger bander. What was it? Beavis and Butthead Do America. This was my favorite movie when I was like 12. It was great. I need to watch that. Not with my children in the room, though. No. I took her off the screen. I took her off the screen, Cheddar Steve. The gavel under my robe is stirring a bit. Oh, no. Calm down there. Calm down there. Get the cold water on it. No. Not that type of show, guys. JJR, flag it. Yeah. There you go. There you go. I've got some clips of her. Let me pull them up. Go back to my bookmarks. I traveled away from them. So, DC Drano makes it sound like she's amazing. DC Drano. I found it here. Let me pull it back up. He says, here's why I like Trump's new AG pick, Pam Bondi. Not only is she experienced, but I look at where someone stands during times of difficulty. When Trump was being impeached for the perfect Ukraine call, Pam was brought in to defend him as legal counsel. Not only was that a courageous move by her, but she also won the case. When it was unpopular to stand with Trump, Pam stood strongly beside him. She'll make a great U.S. Attorney General. Maybe. This one here from Law of Self-Defense. Good old Andrew Branca. He's one of the most masculine men out there. He's a hardcore fella. Andrew Branca. I like him. Law of Self-Defense. Worth the follow on X. Check him out. FYI, Pam Bondi is the woman who chose the out-of-district prosecutor Angela Corey to unjustly go after George Zimmerman. The in-district prosecutor resigned rather than succumb to political pressure to charge Zimmerman. Not saying that should knock Bondi out of the running as USAG, but it would be nice if someone would ask her about it. What the fuck? That was the cleanest case of self-defense I've ever seen brought to trial. And got an answer. So ask her about it and got an answer. It's a good point, Branca. Glad to see someone bringing a different perspective rather than just celebrating because, it's a pretty face and she's done some good things recently. You got to look at the history too. I will say though, you've got to look also at Oh, that better be wrong. That better be wrong. We're going to talk about that here in a minute. Let's see. It was older. There we go. Here's this is from Be Easy Tweets, George. This is, I think, from the impeachment.
Chief Justice, Senators.
Yeah, this is from the impeachment.
Senators,
hearings.
you heard our answer regarding that yesterday, but it is very interesting that he said he never spoke to his son about overseas dealings. His son said different things. Joe Biden was the point man for Ukraine, investigating. At the time, Ukrainians were a corrupt company, Burisma, and Zlochevsky, its owner, an oligarch who by all media accounts we've discussed was extremely corrupt. Hunter Biden is paid $83,000 a month to sit on that board with no experience in energy, no experience in the Ukraine, doesn't speak the language, and we clearly know that he had a very fancy job description, and he did none of those things. He attended 1 or 2 board meetings, one in Monaco, and then he went on a fishing trip with Joe Biden's family in Norway. The entire time, Joe Biden knows that this oligarch is corrupt. Everyone knows that. There are news reports everywhere. No one will dispute that. In fact, it raised eyebrows worldwide. But the vice president, by his account, never once asked his son to leave the board. We wouldn't be sitting here if he did. He never asked his son to leave the board. Instead, he started investigating the prosecutor who was going after Burisma and this corrupt oligarch who they say was corrupt even by oligarch standards, who had fled the country, living in Monaco. He does not ask him to leave the board. He does the opposite. In 2015, what does he do? We know by reports he has close contact with President Poroshenko. He travels to Ukraine twice. He links it to the fire. He links the aid to the firing. Same thing in 2016 at a White House meeting. Links the aid to the firing of the prosecutor. Calls him 4 times in the 8 days up to leading to the prosecutor. The prosecutor investigating Hunter Biden, yet he never says that. All cases closed. Days before Biden leaves office, he jokes to Poroshenko that he may have to call him every couple weeks to check in. Hunter Biden stays on that board for 3 years. 3 years. Then we hear the video of Joe Biden bragging about firing the prosecutor, linking it to aid. Then we have the 6-minute phone call.
She was solid there. Doesn't mean she's going to be solid everywhere. Let's see. Here's from Clint Russell. Says, wasn't very familiar with Pam Bondi as the new AG pick, so I looked her up. I'll keep it open mind, but the first video I found was not very comforting. Granted, this was shortly after the Parkland shooting in 2018, but still, red flag laws are not a direction I want to go in. Let's check out what she's got to say. Let's, we can't just talk about her without listening to what she has to say. Good Lord. I'm happy that you haven't tried meth either, CW. Good Lord, y'all. Red flag laws are a big problem. Ugh. Oh, my boy's talking on the other side of the wall there. So apparently she campaigned for Jeb Bush in 2016. But, I mean, she defended Trump recently. So, I mean, look at J.D. Vance, guys. We got to look at J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance was against Trump, and now he's his vice president. So, either that or he's surrounding himself with a bunch of people that are going to stab him in the back. We'll see.
The Attorney General of Florida, and Mayor, thank you. I know you're going through a lot now. President, she was there that night with me. I think you were there with me until 3:30 in the morning when all these families were being notified, and it was horrific. So I know you've been through a lot, so thank you so much.
Great job.
I have a couple issues that I'll wait. And do I want to talk about them now?
Talk
or
about them.
later?
You can talk.
Well, one, it addresses some of the things you said. In Florida, it's called the Baker Act, but it's our Civil Commitment Act, and it's weak. And it's about 1,000 pages long, and I've had my Solicitor General on it for 3 days now, working on it. We're rewriting it along with Governor Scott, who's you're going to meet with him. He's going to
Good.
give you a ton of good information. We've been rewriting it, and we are going to bring in something called the Gun Violence Restraining Order. So if someone is civilly committed, and typically you can hold them for up to 72 hours, but people are getting out within 24 hours, the majority of them. So what we want to do is let law enforcement come in and take the guns.
Good.
They're a danger to themselves
Which you can't
or
do right
others.
now.
Well, because without being
that's the-
adjudicated. So because they're a danger to themselves.
You want them to take the guns and
when
not,
they are
not
committed.
go through 6 months of legal trials and everything else.
Exactly. But we also have
Bad Trump. Bad. That's the clip. That's the clip of we want to take the guns first. You take the guns and then due process. Fucking hell no. Bad Trump. Bad Trump. Bad. No, I want to take the guns. No, fuck you do. The fuck you do. I don't like that. I don't like that. It was right after the Parkland shooting, I think, or right either after the Parkland shooting or and of course we had the bump stock thing after the Vegas shooting. Just a disgruntled high roller, huh?
to give the mentally ill the due process in which they deserve, President. So what we're doing is they're going to be able to take the guns when they're taken into custody or into the hospital. And then when they're released within 24 hours or 72 hours later, typically it's 24 hours, but law enforcement will have.
The only time I see this is if it's somebody who's clearly a danger to others, or but who determines that? Who determines that? Right now, you can have your weapons taken from you if you are, they did it to a lot of the people from January 6th for some reason. Those people were clearly weren't a danger to others. They didn't need to have their guns taken from them. So there have to be very concrete parameters for something like that. For violating something so sacred as the Second Amendment, you have to have demonstrated that you are a clear danger to others, to yourself. But who's going to determine that? Is it going to be a liberal psychologist, a liberal counselor who is scared of the pew-pews? The mere sight of them makes them piss themselves? Or is it going to be somebody who actually is able to be objective? That's the question. That's the question. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Yeah, unless the crime is... That's why I said a clear danger. Like you've hurt somebody, you've been violent towards somebody else. That's what I'm saying, Sterling. It's never a thought crime. We shouldn't be punishing people for thought crimes.
72 hours to determine whether they should give those guns back, or they can go to a judge and say, Your Honor, please keep these guns. We feel this person is still a danger to himself or others.
So this would not have worked the way it's currently constituted. This would not have worked with Cruz as it's currently constituted.
As it's currently written.
So you're going to make changes?
We're going to make changes. And one other thing we're doing about the reporting, President, which is huge, this is a big issue. We need a clearinghouse, and that's what we've all been discussing. And we have created, and several of my counterparts have done it around the country, but we're the biggest state doing it. It's an app, because kids now are on social media. And there were so many warning signs on Snapchat, on Twitter, on Instagram, and they were posting them, they were sending them, but to all different sources. We're going to have, and we just got it written in our House and Senate budget. It'll cost at least $500,000.
There's so many warning signs, which means that they were on the radar. That's what that means. A lot of these things are allowed to fucking happen. Say the line, Fed boys. We had them on our radar. You watch these fuckers say this shit and talk about doing this shit. When it gets to a point where they're talking about doing the thing, that's when you should be getting involved and actually putting a stop to it. Whether it be a freaking visit, a check, something other than letting kids get fucking shot in schools because you want your next story to help push for dumb shit like this, talking about taking guns away from law-abiding citizens that might just have a little bit of a dispute with the way that the government interacts with its citizens. That has to stop. They let it happen on purpose, or they directly facilitate it and make it happen on purpose. You have lie hop and my hop when it comes to this shit, and it has to be called out. Whew, this shit pisses me off.
dollars a year to fund this. But what it does, kids, and so I met with 10 students and they loved it. And they said, I'm empowering them. 3 of them are my graphic designers. They're going to design the icon. Some are going to name it. They're helping us with it. It'll cost probably about $100,000 maximum to develop. That's all in our budget. So what kids can do now, they can automatically send something that says, I'm going to buy a gun, just like Cruz was doing. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And one of the girls who I met with, one of the students, told me he had been doing this since middle school. He had bullied her and she reported it. So it will they can instantly, and they can do it with anonymity. Put it in this app.
Good.
It'll go in the app and it'll go to one clearinghouse with state law enforcement in Florida.
Well, you mentioned the internet. We have to look at the internet because a lot of bad things are happening to young kids and young minds, and their minds are being formed. And we have to do something about maybe what they're seeing and how they're seeing it. And also video games. I'm hearing more and more people say the level of violence on video games is really shaping young people's thoughts. And then you go the further step, and that's the movies. You see these movies, they're so violent.
Got some
And
boomer
yet
takes
a
here.
kid is able to.
Keep in mind, this was right after the Parkland shooting. This was some knee-jerk response. This was some saying some shit, feeding red meat to the press and the liberals and everybody who just says the knee-jerk of, we have to do something. We have to do something. Yeah, like actually be proactive instead of reactive. Not saying you prosecute for thought crimes, but you maybe intervene when things look like they're about to go down. You actually intervene.
To see the movie if sex isn't involved, but killing is involved, and maybe they have to put a rating system for that. And you get into a whole very complicated, very big deal. But the fact is that you are having movies come out that are so violent with the killing and everything else that maybe that's another thing we're going to have to discuss. And a lot of people are saying it. You have these movies today where you can go and have a child see the movie, and yet it's so violent and so disgusting. So we may have to talk about that
bad
also.
Trump.
Well, thank you very much, Pam.
Thanks.
Bad
Thank
Trump.
you very much,
Bad
Jeff.
Trump. Again, that was right after the shooting. It was a knee-jerk response. Yeah, I would be a little bit louder for sure, JJR. I would. But the boy slumbers on the other side of the wall. Gotta watch it. I gotta watch it. I will say this. When it comes to the video game stuff, there are certain people that shouldn't be playing those video games. And here's the thing. That's why there's ratings on said video games. For the easily influenced mind, maybe 12 and 13-year-olds shouldn't be playing Grand Theft Auto, where they rape and kill hookers. That will desensitize a young mind. That is true. That for the right type of mind. Not all of them. You have people that are normal 13-year-olds are probably not going to be wanting to play that. Or if they do, they're not going to try to act it out. But there is absolutely some desensitization that goes into it. There's a reason why the military uses video games to help train soldiers. I'm just saying, yes, I know the research indicates that there is no connection between violence like the shootings and stuff like that and violent video games. I know. Look into who funds that research. I'm just saying there's probably more nuance to it than just the knee-jerk reaction of, oh, these video games with people getting their throats slit, every 5 seconds, they don't cause anyone to think this is, acceptable. Just saying there are people who are not well or very easily influenced that can be affected by that. And we have to look at the SSRIs that factor into that as well. I'm not saying it's one thing, but there is nuance in that. There is nuance. It's up to the parents. It is. But the parents need to... You would hope that these parents would have a good read on their kids. You would hope that was the case. When you see somebody that's in these, that plays the first-person shooter games, and they get obsessed with it, one would hope that the parents would be keeping an eye on their kid. And, I don't know, noticing some red flags. Not the type of red flags Pam Bondi's talking about, Trump's talking about, but silly business coming in with the whips again. Rap music doesn't help, but the thing is, it goes in tandem. You have the rap music talking about fucking bitches and hoes and shooting, popping them with the gas. It's like I said, it's not one thing, and I'm not gonna blame video games for it. Like, I'm not gonna blame just violent TV. I'm not gonna blame just one thing. It's a combination of things. When we scapegoat one thing, we end up missing a lot of the other things. You have to look at that issue with a wide lens. You can't be tunnel vision on that issue. I think the biggest issue is the SSRIs. You got kids that are on these SSRIs that, here's the thing. If you've ever been on an SSRI, guys, one of the scariest things, and I've had this experience, and I've been off of one. I've been off of it for over a year now, probably 2 years. One of the scariest things about those SSRIs is they make you very fucking comfortable and accepting of some of the thought errors that pop up in your mind. They make it very easy to just accept the thought of doing some horrible shit. That is a scary aspect of those drugs. And the fact that we're throwing these at kids like it's fucking candy. Women, so many women in this country that are on these drugs, when in reality, if they maybe just fixed their diet or got a little bit more active, they wouldn't end up on a drug like that, and they wouldn't end up being okay with making a permanent decision for a temporary problem. But those drugs dull you to a point that you are okay with that. And that's where you have some of these kids like in Columbine, that they were almost zombies. And they just went through the motions, and they were perfectly fine and accepting of the horrendous shit that they were going to do. Just saying. That's my 2 cents on it. That's my 2 cents on it. Stuff's not good for you. What's up, Sanglant? Good to see you, bud. Did I see the Penn and Teller's BS episode where they let a kid shoot an AR-15? No, I did not. No, I did not. Yeah. Oh, man. Some crazy stuff, Trish. Glad you made it. Glad you're still making it. That stuff's not easy. Oh, there is evil in this world. There is evil in this world. But yeah, Sterling, they can cause violent outbursts, and they can cause, the crazy thing is, they can cause suicidal tendencies. Seems somewhat contradictory, right? Somewhat contradictory that you're taking this medicine to keep you from having those thoughts. But like I said, they can make you very, very comfortable with the thought of taking a permanent action for a temporary problem. It's not good. It's not good for the mind, in my opinion. Some people, maybe it is. I think in very rare circumstances, a class of medication like that could be beneficial. But I think for the most part, it is far too overprescribed. Far too overprescribed. And it ends up leading to more problems. That's my thought anyways. That's my thought. Oh, so speaking of bad picks, we might have more on the way. Who knows? Nicole Shanahan, the former VP candidate, she put out a fairly cryptic post. Fairly cryptic. See if I can find her here. Where are you at, Nicole? I had you on here earlier. I have to do some scrolling here, guys. I'm going to have to do some scrolling. Ooh, real quick, before we roll, so we have our concerns. We have our concerns about Pam. But here's something that might make us feel a little bit better. Might. Might. All right, I'm kind of doing some fence sitting here, a la Tim Pool, Mr. Beanie Man. But MSNBC was not very happy. They were not very happy at all about Pam. Let's see what the re is strong with this man here.
Pam Bondi is exactly what I was saying in the last segment that we should all fear, because she's competent. We may not agree with her ideologically, but she actually knows how to do this job. So if anyone on the Democratic side or anyone who cared about liberty or justice was thinking, well, maybe Matt Gaetz will screw this up and that'll give us some time. No, Pam Bondi knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing about immigration. Remember, Florida is one of those states that's been very aggressive about migrants and deportation and moving people to different states and everything else like that. Florida has enacted all sorts of rules and laws to curtail students and what they can do on campuses and finding legal justifications for manipulating education money. She is a dangerous and effective pick. And that's frankly worse than what we would have got with Matt Gaetz, even with the deplorable moral background that he has.
Yeah, and I want to discuss that with a little more depth with both of you, including her record on civil rights, LGBTQ rights, and other issues that are front and center at the DOJ, and which we know were also big campaign issues this cycle. So,
Pam Bondi.
So there's that. I mean, maybe she's got some good points. Maybe she's got some good points. Maybe it won't be complete chaos and destruction. I don't know. We'll see, I suppose. We'll see. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. Could be a win some, lose some with her. Nobody's going to be perfect, but she's got some real stinkers of opinions. I'd like somebody to maybe in the confirmation hearings, if she makes it to it, maybe our elected officials will be able to ask. Maybe they'll be able to ask some of these questions and get a fleshed out response. We'll see. We'll see. It's a good point, Six Designs. That's a good point. Maybe they're just doing the reverse psychology type of thing. I don't know. Or just lying in general, making it sound like she's scary, but she's actually not. I don't know. Let me find this post here from Nicole Shanahan. Again, like I said, talking about some picks that aren't the best or might not be the best. Scrolling. Keep on scrolling. I should organize these better, shouldn't I, guys? There it is. I found it. So we got Nicole Shanahan. She was the VP on the independent ticket, the VP candidate with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Really like a lot of her perspectives, to be honest. So 12 hours ago, here's a cryptic message from Nicole Shanahan. She says, I have always promised to be an honest broker in my political dealings and transparent with the public. There are two potential appointments that could be coming down the pike that would be a disaster for the people, our health, and the integrity of this administration. I am working very hard behind the scenes to make sure they don't come to fruition. As I've said, if you smell spoiled ingredients being added to the pot, you need to catch them before it ruins the whole batch. Use your voice. It matters. And then 4 hours after that, we're making headway in our effort and want to respect the internal process as it works itself out. Somebody gave her a talking to. I have great faith in this. I have great faith this all will result in a positive outcome. So who could she have been talking about, guys? Who could she have been talking about? I don't know. Lord Sterling, I appreciate that. I need to create folders. That's my thing. I've got bookmarks and there are folders that I could create on here. That's one thing that I do need to do. I just randomly will select things at times. I'm a little bit chaotic at times, I see things, I bookmark, I move on. In between things at work, sometimes I'm doing this, thinking about stuff to talk about. I think she might be talking about Mike Rogers. Mike Rogers is apparently somebody who is under consideration for the director of the FBI. He let's just play some of his highlight reels.
They passed the
Let's play some of his highlight reels. Another one from Mr. Guns and Gear, Mike. Not this Mike though. Mike Rogers is exactly the type of person who should not be trusted with the powers that the FBI has. This is only a 12-second montage, but if you look at some of the insane things he's done and said publicly, it only gets worse.
They passed the Patriot bill that allows and takes the handcuffs off our intelligence services. Policymakers back here use words like illegal wiretap.
The domestic surveillance program of the NSA. It could be abused.
They passed the Patriot bill.
Oh, what a faggot. He's a super fag. Guys, he's a super fag. He's at that level. Here's some more. We got a 1-minute clip from it.
And I credit George Bush and his administration for assembling this new intelligence community. They passed the Patriot bill that allows and takes the handcuffs off our intelligence services. Policymakers back here use words like illegal wiretap.
The domestic surveillance program of the NSA. It could be abused.
We're already seeing pressure on the Patriot Act that maybe we don't need it now. Couldn't be further from the truth. The bulk telephone metadata program is legal and effective. Provisions of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act expire at the end of this month. We need to rapidly reauthorize these provisions, and we need to work toward making these tools permanent as a part of our arsenal. Self-restriction, big problem in U.S. intelligence collection. We're the only intelligence service in the world that is forced to go to a court. We always joked in the intelligence space, we would love to get 1/10 of what Google has on you.
I supported these programs when they were classified, and I support these programs today.
If Trump puts him in, he is going to face the same shit that he faced before, if not worse. And that man, that un-American sack of shit, will go after normal Americans for simply speaking out against the government. That's the type of person Mike Rogers is. I guess we got a little bit of a back and forth here between Justin
Sorry,
and
we're just about out of time. I just want a quick answer from each of you on this. We saw that a crimes investigation has been opened. Is it fair to say that both of you believe that this investigation should be pursued and the source, if found, should be prosecuted?
I absolutely believe that someone did not have authorization to release this information. And why that's so important,
this is in reference to Snowden,
George, is because they didn't have all of the information. I know your reporter that you interviewed, Greenwald, says that he's got it all and now is an expert on the program. He doesn't have a clue how this thing works. Neither did the person who released just enough information to literally be dangerous.
Sorry, we're just about out of time. I just want a quick answer from each of you on this. We saw...
Yeah. God forbid you do journalism. God forbid you Clapper. Oh, he gives Clapper
Level of professionalism to the DNI, and he brought such gravitas to the job. It finally ironed out the wrinkles that we thought would never go away. And he candidly made me believe in the function of the director.
The wrinkles that they never thought would go away. The wrinkles that he's referring to, the wrinkles are the fucking Constitution. The wrinkles are the fucking Constitution. Mike Rogers, you are a garbage human being. You should not be in a position of power right now. You should not be a representative. You shouldn't even be mentioned. If you're in Trump's fucking mouth, I am very fucking concerned about the next administration. If Trump is going to put someone like this or even consider putting someone like this in office, my fucking God. Ooh, if he does. I don't give a shit, okay? I support the America First agenda. If Trump does shit like this, he can eat shit. Fuck you, Trump. If you put people like this in power, you can eat shit too. That's where I'm at with this shit. I'm not going to be a sycophant, and I'm not going to make excuses for somebody who should know better. By this point, he knows better. And if he puts somebody like that in, he can go fuck himself. That's where I'm at with that shit. This guy is garbage. This guy is indicative of the deep state establishment that fucked over the America First agenda in the first Trump administration. And if he put somebody in like this in again, then he's not learned his fucking lesson. And you know what? He's compliant. If Trump goes and puts people like this in, Trump is fucking compliant. I don't know if it's because he's scared because they're going to fucking kill him or what. But no, absolutely not. I don't give a shit who it is. If you pull shit like that, you deserve to be kicked out. I'll freaking ask for him to be impeached if he starts putting people like that in. Hell no. Absolutely fucking not. What's up, Gene Bondano? Trump better not. He better not. Nope. Nope. Whole bunch of nope. That's a big bag of nope for me. Excessive use of the rant meter tonight.
The Office of the Director of National Intelligence. And from that, we saw an improvement of the daily briefs to the president. I thought the product got exponentially better because there was more inclusion in what went in the product that went on the president's desk. Level of professionalism to the DNI.
Oh, sorry, saying Glenn, I haven't been paying attention to the chat, man. Let's see. Ooh. Rogers tried to attack Gaetz, too. Indicative of faggotry. Batman and Superman, very super. What? Dang it, Sanglant. I missed it, man. I'm not sure what you're talking about, man. Let's see. Bill, don't know how many streaming services you have, but it's season 3, episode 9 if you want to see it. Ready to unpack the other meter. Mention the show again for me, Sanglant, so I can write it down and maybe check it out. Let me go ahead and pull this up. Had one from Sterling here of Rogers attacking Gaetz. This was back on... oh, is this the guy that was trying to fight Gaetz? This is the one they had to hold back? What a bitch. Ooh. Physically... Yeah, he did. Okay. Sangland, I'm trying to... PRNN... Oh, Penn and Teller. Oh, okay. Penn and Teller's BS. I'm going to write it down. I might check that out later. So it was season. Let me scroll back up. Then we'll play this one here. Season 3, episode 9. I'll check it out. Try to. If I don't forget, got stars beside it on my handy dandy notepad. I'm done with that one there. Let me pull this one up from Sterling. Got Rogers physically trying to attack Gaetz whenever Gaetz was just... And I have conservative basic bitch conservative friends that when I mention Gaetz, they get mad, they get angry because they don't fucking know better. They just think that Gaetz is a rabble rouser and wants to see chaos. When in actuality, Gaetz is actually trying to do one of the only ones trying to actually do good because he's not funded by the lobbyists and not funded by people like negative evil entities like AIPAC. America Israel Political Action Committee, I think is what it stands for. Absolute fucking evil. Absolute. Trump's got a lot of his selections are good, but some of them are starting to kind of worry me. The handy dandy notebook was a nod to Blue's Clues. At least I think it was. Didn't he call it his handy dandy notebook in Blue's Clues? That's what that was a nod to. Let's see Mike Rogers try to attack Gaetz.
Indeed, and he seems like at least at this point he is not over the finish line and
he's walking away.
There, he's.
Mike Rogers had to be pulled back. Stephanie, just look at that. It looks like a fight breaking out on the floor.
Wow. You and I should reenact that.
Wow. Okay, so I'm going to pull something back. You gotta love it. With me now, by the way.
As you can be, and he.
Wait, that doesn't look like Mike Rogers, though.
He is not over the finish line and
he's walking away.
There, he's.
No, Mike
Rogers had to be pulled back. Stephanie, just look at that. It looks like a Fight breaking out on the
Wow.
It looked like Rogers was actually holding somebody else back, Sterling. Because that was that guy with the white hair is someone.
You gotta
different.
love it.
Let me watch it again.
You can be, and
Yeah,
he
that's
seems like at least at this point he is not over the finish line and
he's
can't
walking away.
get there. He's
I don't, that didn't look like the Rogers that. Maybe it was, but that looked like a different guy. That's not him. That's Mike Rogers. I don't know why the guy said Mike Rogers, but that I do remember that, but that was somebody else. Not good, not good. That ilk is something we don't need. Oh, sorry, I didn't have it pulled up. Well, here, I don't need to pull them up anyways because we already watched that one. What else do we have here? Oh, some of the picks are concerning, guys. Some of the picks are concerning. Nicole Shanahan's calling it out. Nicole Shanahan put it out on X and probably got a talking to. That's what that follow-up tweet was about, or post, excuse me, was about. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good, Lord Sterling. All good, man. Yeah, that's I hope we have people that are going to go ahead and tell Trump when he's being an idiot. That's what Trump needs. Trump doesn't need a bunch of yes men around him, because if he has a bunch of people just kissing his ass all the time, when he makes the dumb decisions or when he's starting to make a dumb decision, he won't be stopped. We need him stopped from making the dumb decisions. That's what we need. You're good, man. You're good. That was still fun. That was still an interesting time there. Gaetz was literally just trying to freaking hold people accountable. He got Kevin McCarthy out, and we got Johnson. Johnson's meh. Johnson is meh. Oh, I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Let me see here if I had anything else on that. And I did see Trish. I saw you posted that speech from Chip Roy about freedom in the U.S. Independence Day. It's like 30 minutes though, so we don't have time to play that tonight. Maybe on another night I might bring it back up, but appreciate you sharing that with me. Let's see. Really well. Let me see if it's a shorter one, then I'll play it. But the one that I saw earlier was 28 minutes, and we don't have time for that. So let me see. Copying this one, gonna paste it. Oh, nope, not what I wanted to do. Let me see here. Do you have a timestamp, Trish? Because it's 28 minutes or so. So yeah, it said it was reported as Rogers, but that clearly the guy that had the hand on his face, that was a white-haired guy. That wasn't Mike Rogers. It's another Rogers. I don't know. That wasn't Mike Rogers though. I don't know. If you Trish, do you have like a specific spot in the video that you're wanting to play? If we had time to do the full 28 minutes, we would, but I'm probably gonna wrap this up here in about another 15 to 30 minutes. So it's a good clip. It's definitely a good clip. I'm watching the chat to see if you got one. It was John Rogers. There we go. Okay. Oh, Mike Rogers. It was John Rogers. Thank you for the correction, Sterling. All good, man. All good. We saw Mike. Someone said Mike Rogers. Nah. All good, man. Thanks for looking into it and diving a little deeper into it. That was some fun. There were some interesting times. I was watching that with popcorn. The house kerfuffles. So, using camera. What's up, Craig Muttley? Good to see you. Oh, okay. He said I was just exasperated that Matt was treating McCarthy so badly. Mike Rogers to the post. So, see, that's not Mike Rogers. That's another Rogers. And he's not from Alabama. Mike Rogers is from Michigan. So, but I just walked over to him and said at the end of the aisle, a few feet and away from him where he was seated, and said, "Matt, I'm not going to forget this." I was about to walk away when North Carolina Rep. Richard Hudson grabbed me from behind and pulled. Yeah, that wasn't Mike, though. That was another Rogers. Yeah, that was the John Rogers from Alabama. It's not Mike Rogers. So, all good, though. All good. Trish, I'm looking for you here. I'll try to keep an eye on the chat, and if you have a specific spot in the 26-minute video, then I will try to pull it up. But another, or we'll pull it up another time. Just write it down. Chip Roy Freedom. Oh, thanks for joining the stream tonight, guys. Glad you're watching. Don't forget to smash that like button. Follow the channel. We had 451 followers last I checked. Creeping up on 500, guys. We're closer to 500 than we are to 400. That's an achievement. And it's all thanks to you guys. You guys are the real MVP. Good to see it. Good to see it. Makes my heart swell. You know what also might make your heart swell if you drink too much of it? 1775 coffee. The last sponsor of the evening, 1775 Coffee. Have you heard of the recent advertising scandal? Let me break it down. The CEO of Rumble, Chris Pavlovsky, recently released an email from Inspire Brands and Dunkin' Donuts. The email explicitly states that the right-wing culture of Rumble is too polarizing. In other words, Dunkin' Donuts has a problem with a right-wing culture and wants nothing to do with it or Rumble. Well, then we want nothing to do with Dunkin' Donuts, do we? So here's the solution, guys. Stop buying products that don't support you and start supporting brands that do support you. The competing coffee brand that we all need to get behind is Rumble's 1775 coffee. No heart swelling. No heart swelling with 1775 coffee. That was a joke. For a limited time, Rumble is offering buy 2 bags of coffee and get 1 for free. Go to 1775coffee.com and enter promo code Duncan to get this limited time deal. It was too good. I had to do one more. I'm sorry. See you, Six Designs. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night. What's up, Salty Grower? Yo, Bill Lozer. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let's see. Is this true? Gotta have your hubby do it. What you got, Mama Mac? Let me pull it up real quick. I'll let you know if it's true. I'll let you know. Shit. The bending over on your elbows. Women can do it. Men can't. Ah. Might play that later. Oh, good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. You're silly. That's silly, Mama Mac. That'd be a good one, though. That'd be a good one. I've seen some guys can kind of do it. Let me show you. Let me just go ahead and pull it up. This is just shared here in the chat. A little brief pause in the politics to have a little silly clip here.
They thought I was taking. I'm ready to mingle the book.
That. Put one hand behind you. You have one behind you and stay there.
Ow. It's because their hips are different. Shit.
Easy.
You gotta get your knees up underneath you better. That's the problem. See, the guys are bending
But I
over.
think they are wrong. No.
No way. Now go like this, and then remove your arms.
Go.
Oh! Ow! What the heck? How'd you?
Bow elbow. Hand.
Like that?
And hold.
Look at the little boy.
Oh!
all.
Nah, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna do it. All these men just messing it up. Nah. You got to get your knees up underneath you, right? That's what it is. That was funny. That was funny. Fake videos? Possibly. Possibly. I'm going to try it. Salty, you're going to try it with Mrs. Gar? I might try that with Lady Dozer. I think if you keep your knees up underneath you better. Like, you got to, like, be kind of sitting on your haunches and then lean forward. Because that's what it looked like a lot of those women were doing. The men were, like, bent over, like, straight over with their, like, knees, like, straight up, kind of. And, like, knee to the... Yeah. I'm gonna do it. I'll let y'all know how it goes. Do it on a soft surface so your head doesn't hit the floor, though. I don't have any carpet. Well, got carpet in the girls' rooms. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Next topic. Guys, we are going to talk about Nancy Mace and the bathroom drama. There is bathroom drama on Capitol Hill. It appears that there is a bit of a dude look like a lady stuff going on. Except really not Sarah Field's not doing that good of a job. I'm just going to say, I can tell. Everybody else can tell. If you're saying that you can't tell, you're a fucking liar. So we have a trans person coming in as a representative from, I honestly forgot where from, but Nancy's a Chad. I like Nancy Mace. She was really cool in the hearings. I think she was in the hearings for the UFO stuff. Connecticut. Okay, yeah, from Connecticut. Of course, that makes sense. No, Delaware? That's Delaware. You're right, Craig. Sarah is from Wilmington. Yep. Sarah McBride probably used to be a Tom. I think it's Delaware. Anyways, we'll read into it later. We got some more. We'll have some reading to do on it. But let's go ahead and take a look. This is the one. I'm just saying, not doing the best job. Nice hair, though. I mean, you went over to the right. A little beard. There's a little beard on there with the paint. Oh, no. The internet is an amazing place, guys. The internet is an amazing place. Yeah. So, but if you see up here what it says from the lectern guy, the guy that ran off with the lectern on Certification Day 2021, he said, "I'm asking Rand Paul to pull off a 30-hour filibuster so we can see this dude's beard grow in over the day. Eventually, the shadow is going to show up. There's going to be a little mustache going. There's going to be a little bit here, a little bit on the neck. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It is Delaware. Thanks, Salty Girl. Thanks for confirmation." Yeah. And I mean, this right here, how can you not tell? How can you not tell? I mean, that's what you're going to see. Poor Nancy Mace, all right? She's a victim of abuse. It's happened. And you got this brave and beautiful trans woman, fully attentive. Just saying, guys. Just saying. We don't need that. We don't need that. That picture it's a good picture, and if I didn't know any better, I would still be like, really the teeth in the mouth and the jaw. I would have concerns. Yeah, salty grower. He was growing in the pants. Let's just pull up some of Nancy Mace just being a freaking Chad. She's a Chad of a person. Putting up biological woman Nancy Mace. I love her. She's so great. This is what resulted, though. She was
ridiculous. It is the day after Trans Day of Visibility. We have
Trans Day of Visibility, also the day that Audrey Hale killed a few kids and a few staff members at that school in was it Tennessee? Yeah, go ahead and make them less visible. I don't fucking care. Go and do your thing and do it quietly. Sit in the corner and be trans all you fucking want. Stop fucking crowing about it. I don't need to see it. I don't need to.
dozens of trans people died this year because of the hate and lies that you are spreading.
Dozens of them died because of the hate and lies they're spreading. What do you mean? Did they die because they were, I don't know, hookers that were hiding the fact that they were actually a dude? And then when the John that they were trying to interact with discovered that they had a dick, they killed them? I don't know. I'd be pretty fucking pissed too. Not saying that I would do something like that, but I can understand the rage. And if you're saying it's the suicide, well, guess what? The suicide rate is like 41 or 42% in that population, and it doesn't change with the affirmation care.
And if we want to, are we going to the internet with free speech for everyone or just the privileged few? Are you going to stand up for the lives of trans people, black and brown people? Are we fighting for justice?
Why are they including black and brown? That your tranny shit has nothing to do with the civil rights of the race issue.
Or are we fighting for big tech? I thought we were fighting for justice here.
A lot of responsibilities too, Rowan.
I'm
sorry. We're living with that in real time right now. This is ridiculous. It is the day
It's a big guy.
after Trans Day of Visibility. We have had dozens of trans people die this year. What is the privilege of trans or
we respect freedom of
God
speech.
loves him. I love
That's
him,
right.
but his penis isn't going to be in my bathroom. So,
Damn.
at any rate, but we have a responsibility. If you're pro man watching me undress in a dressing room, but we.
I love it. I love her. I love her response. But the fact that there were people booing that, fuck y'all. Bunch of fucking idiots. Yeah. You know what? They hit it well until Crowder actually got on it. God bless the Mug Club Undercover for getting that shit out. They got a lot of that Tranifesto out to the public. You may not like Steven Crowder for whatever reasons. And there are reasons, but the dude is doing good work to try to get stuff like that out. So kudos to the Mug Club Undercover crew. Mental illness does kill. I agree. Oh no. Let me see. Then, of course, there's her being a Chad there. Here's one woke reporter trying to exclude men.
So if that being a feminist makes me an extremist, I'm totally here for it.
Is this effort in response to Congresswoman McBride coming to Congress?
Yes, and absolutely, and then some. I'm not going to stand for a man. If someone with a penis is in the women's locker room, that's not okay. And I'm a victim of abuse myself. I'm a rape survivor. I have PTSD from the abuse I've suffered at the hands of a man. And I know how vulnerable women and girls are in private spaces. So I'm absolutely 100% going to stand in the way of any man who wants to be in a women's restroom, in our locker rooms, in our changing rooms. I will be there fighting you every step of the way. So if that being a feminist makes me an extremist.
Yep. Got another one here from her. Let's see. Her on Laura
Very
Ingram.
interesting question. So the height of hypocrisy, the height of gaslighting, they're threatening to kill me now because I, as a woman, am standing up to protect other women from men being in our private spaces, our restrooms, bathrooms, locker rooms, changing rooms, you name it. And so now they're threatening to kill me over this. I'm being bullied online. But what they forget is that, Laura, I'm the first woman to graduate from the Citadel, the Military College of South Carolina. I will not be bullied into silence. I will not back down. And in fact, I'm going to double down on this. And I'm going to file even more legislation to protect women beyond the Capitol, across every state in the nation. Because the simple question is, do women have rights or not? It's a very simple question.
Now, Rep-elect Sarah McBride responded to your resolution saying this is a blatant attempt
from far right-wing extremists to distract.
You know what? Trump won. It's not far right extremism. It's most of the fucking country. We don't agree with your insanity. And guess what? We can fucking say it apparently now. People are actually coming out in the mainstream and saying, no, we're not engaging in your delusion.
From the fact they have no real solutions to what Americans are facing. We should be focused on bringing.
And am I uncomfortable with somebody in a dress walking into the men's room and going to the urinal and taking a piss? Do your thing, dude. I don't need to see it. But whatever way you got to get it done, get it done. Go to the men's room. It's where you fucking need to
down the cost of housing, healthcare, childcare, not manufacturing culture wars. Your response?
This is not manufactured. This is a person who's threatened to come into women's private spaces. And I'm a survivor of rape, sexual violence, and abuse. And I know how deeply vulnerable women are in places where we feel we have a right to privacy. And this is not okay. If you're a biological man, if you're born a man, you use the men's restroom. You don't invade our privacy. You don't come into women's private spaces. This is not a thing. I will die on this hill. It will not happen on my watch. This is a fight worth fighting for. And I'm going to fight to protect every woman in Congress, every staffer, every employee, every woman and girl across the country. They didn't learn anything from November 2 weeks ago. And women's issues were on the ballot, and conservatives are now feminists. It's wild. It's insane that this is even up for debate. It's not up for debate. And
Well,
Sarah
one thing, yeah, I'm sorry, but one thing I know the left will say in response to.
It's okay, CW. It's okay, C-dubs. Just hang out here on Rumble all day. It's nice and warm here in these waters. We got you, CW. You don't need to go to work. No, I'm just joking, man. Go to work. Damn
What
it.
you just said is, well, it's horrific that you were subjected to any abuse or assault, any of it. But are you intimating that this new congressman-elect would somehow assault you in the bathroom? That would be the argument.
The idea of a man walking into a locker room where I'm changing is actually, it feels like assault. I'm a victim. I have PTSD from the trauma that I have endured at the hands of a man. And I'm going to stand in the way solidly of any guy that wants to come into our spaces. And guess what? Sarah McBride doesn't get a say in this. And I'm not gonna succumb or be silenced by bullies online or by the radical left. They lost big. And I'm going to push back harder than ever before.
Good. She's describing cry bullies. They're cry bullies. The ones that online talk, oh, you're victimizing me and you should let me do everything. No. Just because you're crying doesn't mean we have to bend you're a petulant little child. I don't care. To be clear, I don't care if people want to be, if you want to be trans, you want to dress up in you want to put on the stuff and you want to call yourself Sally or, Trina, whatever. I don't care. Sam Duty, you bring up a point about trannies or clowns. I think the people that do drag, if that's something you want to do, that's fine. But go ahead and call it what it is. It's the equivalent with females. It's the equivalent to the minstrel shows of old, where they put on the shoe polish and the big red and the white, and it's the same thing. The stuff that we see with the drag shows with women, and when they dress all freaking glammed out and shit like that, it's the exaggeration of quote unquote feminine attributes or feminine precepts. Words are hard. It's just like the minstrel shows of old. It just happens to be women now. So that's my opinion on that. I don't care. Regular trans folks, you just want to be a normal tranny, be a normal tranny. No one cares. And here's the thing, if you're working hard enough at it and you pass, no one's going to be able to fucking tell. And no one's probably going to say a damn thing. Here's a great thing that you can do, though, in Congress. Use your private bathroom. You've got a private bathroom. Just do that. Instead of trying to inconvenience other people, use the private bathroom. That one talked about J.K. Rowling. So here's the death threat. This is my post. This is my post about this guy. I'm done acting like we need to accept these defective freaks. Men need to put predators like this delusional man in their place ferociously.
Bash it
This doesn't help your case. Maybe if you want to be taken seriously, and not treated like a violent piece of shit predator that Nancy Mace is talking about, maybe don't say shit like this guy.
This video goes out to Congresswoman Nancy Mace. Congresswoman Nancy Mace, I hope that one day I do find you in that woman's bathroom and I grab your ratty looking fucking hair and drag your face down to
Bitch, your hair is ratty as fuck. What are you talking about?
the floor while I repeatedly bash it in until the blood's everywhere and you're dead. Thank you. I hope that Nancy Mace receives this message well.
This is not okay.
Kisses.
This is not. This
This
is not
video
okay.
goes.
He said, "I hope that." This is not okay. These men, in better times, strong men would come together as a force of the community, and they would address and deal with tranny fuckers like this, psycho bastards like this, and they would put them in their goddamn place. Yes, you're gonna execute. You're gonna threaten violence on women for demanding that they have privacy and safety. You need to be put in your fucking place. In a just world, this person would be put in his place, and he would be in a mental institution. I am for providing treatment for those that need it. That dude is a criminally mentally ill and needs to be treated as such. But what is going to happen is he's got probably got a huge social media following on TikTok, gets to do his weird lazy videos where he's lying in bed doing the freaking vocal fry shit. No, bro. No. You need to be addressed. Bringing back the monkeypox. Yep. I agree. Bunch of monkeypox there. Whole bunch. CW. You're crashing after this? Well, thanks for hanging out and staying awake for the show, man. By the way, guys, don't forget to smash that like button, follow the channel here, share the stream out if you like what we're doing here, get more people watching the show, spread the word of the Dozer Den. Subscribe to the channel for $5 a month if you want to support a small-time Rumbler / X poster and YouTuber on the side, I guess. A little bit there at the end. A lot of faggotry involved with this the end of this show. We've covered a bit. First, we talked about the actual World War III breaking out with the hypersonic missiles or possible ICBMs from Russia into Ukraine. We then rolled into the Gaetz dropping from consideration for Attorney General, and Pam Bondi seems like she might be a bad pick. Maybe she's good in some aspects. Sounds pretty rough. And we went on to some general concerns about bad picks from the Trump administration. Hopefully that does not come to fruition. And then we talked about Nancy Mace and the bathroom drama on Capitol Hill. And now, guys, we have something that is, it's still political, but it is an aside. And we're going to talk about FAGUAR. That's what we've got next. The next topic on deck, and I have VOLVO's response. Jaguar may have had this 30-second ad where they're just absolute faggotry. But VOLVO had a masterful 3-minute and 46-second ad. And it is a white pill because it is all the things that ads have not been doing. And it is damn good. It is well done. Apparently the one of the videographers was from Oppenheimer or something like that. One of the big movies. So we're going to watch this real quick. Really quick. Yeah, that's right, Gene Mondano. Speaking of faggotry, World War III. That's how I feel about it. Let's pull the ad up from FAGUAR, excuse me. Apparently this is the future. Those are guys. The vivid. The late ordinary. Spelled mold wrong. You're copying. Ugh. Just ugh. I don't like it. No, I'm not for this. Prance. Hunger Games. Yeah, Mama Mac. It definitely reminds me of the Capitol, the outfits from the Hunger Games. If you're wondering why Jaguar is going the way that it's going,
and at Jaguar, we're passionate about our people.
head brand
And we're
strategy.
committed to fostering a diverse,
brand strategy
inclusive, and
at
unified
Jaguar.
culture that is representative not only of the people who use our products, but in a society in which we all live. A culture where our employees
Sparklies with the fishnet. So that's the reason.
can bring their authentic selves to work. And we're on a transformative journey of our own, driven by a belief in diversity, inclusion, creativity, policy, and most importantly, action. We've established over 15 DEI groups such as Pride, who are here tonight.
Ugh,
Back.
Gay. Okay.
Thank you guys for coming. Women in Engineering and Neurodiversity Matters. We've launched major policy revisions such as transitioning at work to drive equity and support for our communities, embracing individuality as our superpower.
I hate
And
how
at
the whole neurodiversity, so autism, people have a touch of autism. I hate how that's been so freaking popularized and been like, it's the new social cred. I'm neurodivergent, I'm autistic. So there are people that are actually autistic. You're just fucking weird. Okay? You're not neurodivergent. You probably don't have autism. Or if you got diagnosed with autism, it's probably some retarded fucking liberal doctor or counselor or whatever the fuck they were. You aren't probably actually autistic. There are people who are legitimately disabled or legitimately autistic that struggle with that shit, that are nonverbal, that have serious autism. You're just fucking weird. Stop being weird. Or if you're weird, do weird in the right way. You can be weird. You don't have to be a piece of shit about it. Let me find this real quick. Stop sharing my screen. And you know what? The response, guys. The response to the FAGUAR rebranding. Let me find it. It's from VOLVO. 3 minutes and 46 seconds of, honestly, freaking pulled at my heartstrings. Not gonna lie, towards the end of my testosterone, needing my testosterone shot, I felt it. I felt it right in the feels. Took my shot right before this stream, guys. Let's go ahead and pull it up. Really just well done. Apparently, let me pull it up real quick here. So my post was, well, didn't expect a damn Volvo ad to get me right in the feels, but okay then. Bravo, Volvo cars, much better than that trash FAGUAR put out. 3 minute and 46 second ad on Instagram, shot by Hoyt van Hoytema, the cinematographer for Interstellar and Oppenheimer. Goes against every single rule you can think of as a social lead. A length format, overproduced. Every comment under the ad said it was immediate. It immediately put Volvo in their consideration. It's fucking fantastic. I agree. This is a positive thing.
Hey.
This is our white pill for tonight.
Okay. Yeah. Oh.
Hey, love.
Hey, Mom.
How are you guys? How you doing?
Yeah, we're...
No shade at you, neurodivergent one. No shade. Perfect timing. Smash that like button.
We're good.
Something wrong?
No, but we've actually got something to tell you. Kate's pregnant.
Oh, I'm joking.
You're gonna be a grandma.
Oh my God. How does it feel?
I'm scared, Mom.
Why are you scared?
About it all, the nights, the responsibility. We're gonna need a bigger place.
Help with all that.
I know. Bless you. You're so sweet. I've got this feeling that we're gonna have a daughter. Just as stubborn as her mum.
Oh, hopefully not. The family's knows.
Now that's a legacy she might have to live with. She might be the reason we tied a knot.
What if I
don't do good in class.
I just want to say and do the right things, you know? If I want to see the world with her, I'll also be happy staying home, doing nothing, letting her be a kid.
Are you awake?
Number 32. Thank you. I want to see her fall in love. But I also know what that means. And I know she's gonna bend the rules just like I did. And one day, I'll have to let her go. I'm excited to hear what she learns about the world, herself. What she adores, what she hates. I hope she likes the name you give her.
Have you thought of any?
It all depends. You like Leia.
That was a damn good ad. Didn't expect that little twist there, did you? Saying that it's a safe ass car and it'll stop on a dime. That's what it's saying. That's what that was. And it was family first. It was like focused on the family. It was a family positive message. Like, that was great. It was a very overproduced, but you know what? It was powerful. It was impactful. It makes the point. Hey, our cars are safe and they're not going to hit that pregnant lady. Look at what our safe brakes cost. That baby was able to be born. That's what the message is. I thought that was a positive note, positive thing to wrap the stream up on. Guys, is there anybody that we should raid? Is there anybody that we should send a raid for? Let's see. Let me refresh. Oh, I got Drew Hernandez is on. Got Barstool Sports. Looks like Star Wars Girl is on. Jack Show. Let's raid the Jack Show. I think they're going to be going for a little bit longer yet. You got Ethan Van Sciver, Cecil, Anna, that Star Wars Girl. They talk about comics and politics and stuff. Let's go ahead and raid them. Let's do it to it. Do it, laws. Oh, don't do it. There we go. Let's do a /raid. Got to do it twice because Rumble's weird like that. Bam. Won't do it. Got to do it a second time. You guys go over there and check them out. They talk about fun stuff too. A little bit more relaxed, not news focused as this show here in the Dozer Den. All right, raid confirmed. Awesome. Blunt Scotsman, man, I'm just about to leave, dude. Thanks for joining, man. Thanks for watching, everybody. It has been a great stream. We're at 3 hours. I'm going to be signing off tonight. I will see you guys on Monday at 9:30 p.m. Central. Don't forget to like, follow, share, subscribe, all the good things. Really appreciate the heck out of all you guys for watching, commenting, supporting. Really, really love it. Thank you guys so much. I'll catch y'all next time.